Hello, welcome to the stream. How's it going, everybody? I hope everything is good on you guys' end. We're starting to. Yeah. What the heck? Noah, Jesus, how many points do you collect? Anyway, we're inching towards Halloween. Woo! How you guys doing over in the chat? I see we got Bitter Comedies here. Howdy, howdy. Carl Muffin as well. Hello. Spooky. Hello. Nova, good to see you. Thank you for coming out. I appreciate it a lot. Hey! I don't have enough points. You know, you've been spending a lot of your points on just throwing stuff at me. I would say you have plenty. Slept a nap and I am literally shining. That is the exact opposite of how my brain works. Like, I take a nap and then I wake up and I'm just like, I want death. Just like, the only way that I actually get, some decent sleep on my end is if I, like, you know, get a good 8-hour chunk of sleep, and then I wake up in the morning, get myself to work, get myself working, and then I just, like, don't think about sleeping until, like, the next nighttime. Just don't touch any form of sleep whatsoever. Because I have so much problems when it comes to, like, taking little, you know, in-between naps during the day. It never works out for me. Ordering stuff for a Hat Kid costume. I saw the Hat Kid costume stuff that you were doing. It looks pretty promising so far. Very good use of cardboard. When I take a nap, I pull all-nighters. Yeah. And Nova, you posted that question before. That's a very nonsensical question. It reminds me a lot of, like, you know, the hypothetical, like, goofy sentences and questions that I used to read back in, like, 2008. On 2008 internet. Yeah, during the lull to randoms period of time. I am so old. I am such an ancient being, I swear to God. Anyway. So, aside from, Spooky was talking about their costume they're making for the Hat Kid thing. What else do we got planned for Halloween here? I don't really have much aside from I'm probably going to hang out at my place and, like, hand out trick-or-treater candy and stuff. I just needed it today because it's the Sunday curse. It's fair. If you need a nap, take a nap. Like, naps, they settle a little bit better on some people, better than other people. I'm just one of those people that, like, naps don't really work very well. Oh, your country doesn't celebrate? That's a shame. I mean, you could technically celebrate Halloween, like, in spirit. You know, you could be spooky on your own time, I suppose. Possibly. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna party, wait. I think I'm just gonna party, going to a party that a friend did, trying to dress up as, Eddie Deer. Very nice. I'm gonna go as Spampton from Deltarune for Halloween. Spampton! Spampton, gee, Spampton, woo! That's what I do. Buy candy, watch horror movies, blah. I mean, that's basically the gist of what Halloween is, so, hey, you're doing, pretty good there. It doesn't take that much. Probably just gonna go as Finn from Adventure Time or Millie from Team Umizoomi, since I already have stuff for both of them, and I'm working on today's drawing for Umi-tober. Okay. I mean, that sounds like a pretty good use of materials and stuff. Peak Spampton, G Spampton. Man, there's so many different ways that you could dress up a Spampton. The only thing that you absolutely need is like some ridiculously long, like, you know, a ridiculously long, like, nose, basically. I was gonna say gremlin nose. I will not leave my glue gun on again tonight. Good stuff. Want to be a big shot? Want to be a big shit? Be a big shit. I don't know. I haven't dressed up for Halloween in a very long time. You could do a Device Friend cosplay. I'm not sure what Device Friend is. I'm assuming it's probably something, like, relatively new in pop culture. Like, probably something from, like, Pressure or something. Or a different Roblox game. Tail and all the black clothes. Cool. Gonna try to put on a fake nose and hopefully it stays on properly. Oh, I hope so. Oh, man. So I only just recently learned of this one thing. I don't know how long it's been a thing. Oh, device friend from Deltarune. I'm gonna look this up, actually. I need to see this. Oh, that guy! Yeah, I was wondering what the heck that was. What cute. What scrunkly. Many limbs. Anyway. No, I just recently learned of something. I don't know how long this has been a thing. I don't know if this is something that existed, like, you know, did this start during the pandemic? Or, like, is this something that started, like, a year ago? Or, like, 2 years ago? Trick or trunking? Or trunk or treat, or whatever the heck it's called. Have you guys heard of this? Have you heard of this bullshit? I want to know. I want to know how many people in here are just like either in the loop or out of loop on this. I only just recently learned about this thanks to, you know, the algorithmic magic that is TikTok. Anova says I did it before. Ah, okay. What the hell is that, Latino American? Fair enough. I understand that you probably wouldn't know. So yeah, I don't really like it. Yeah, we'll get into that. So for people who don't know what it is, trunk or treating is basically a designated way that you can it's essentially, I think, here's the gist of what I understand about it. It's kind of like going to like a parking lot or like a place where people can like kind of pool their cars around for like a specific event, and then you set up candy like next to your trunk or something like that, and then kids can like go around the different cars and pick up candy. And usually this event happens during the day. And there are some people that are just like, oh, trunk or treating, that's so much more convenient and so much safe than going out trick or treating. We should do that. We should make this a regular thing. No. No. Fuck that shit. Okay. I don't know what, like, I don't know what, like, freaking propaganda has happened to, like, make trick-or-treating seem like an extremely dangerous type of thing. Look, if you go out with your kids trick-or-treating, you know, if you are a team player and work with them, go along with them trick-or-treating, going door to door, if you go to safe freaking neighborhoods, you should be able to trick-or-treat in very safe environments. And it should be perfectly safe. Like, and on top of that, like, there's so many people that are just like, oh, but the dangers of the candy that you might get from people. Somebody might put a razor blade or like a needle inside somebody's Snickers. It's like, dude, how many reported cases of that are there? Not many. Doesn't that lose the charm of the holiday? Yes! That is one of the charms of the holiday. I mean, like, the entire concept of trick-or-treat to begin with, if I'm remembering my history correctly, the entire idea is you go to a house and you go like, I would like a treat, and if you don't give me one, you're going to get a trick. And then, like, you know, you hand over a treat to the kid, whatever that may be. And that, but if you don't give the treat to the kid, then the kid can come back later and trick you, whether it be like, you know, throwing eggs at your house or like toilet paper or just, you know, vandalism. Now, obviously, people don't really do the vandalism all that often. That's definitely something that has been kiboshed thanks to the fact that laws exist and potentially getting thrown in juvenile hall, you know what I mean? But, like, you know, that the entire spirit of the thing is you dress up as a funny costume for Halloween and you go door to door and you collect candy. Dude, like, I don't know, maybe it's just the fact that I remember growing up and I remember really loving Halloween growing up, and it's just kind of frustrating to see that something like that is being kind of bastardized in a really obnoxious way. Kids need to be able to have the Halloween experience, I think. My old manager made a good point that trunk or treating can teach kids to accept candy from people's vehicles. Yeah. I mean, look, accepting candy from random strangers anywhere is probably not a good thing to educate, period. I'm gonna be real with that. There are no morals when it comes to this whole taking candy from strangers things. You know, like there's only select few times it is socially acceptable to be taking anything from strangers. And Halloween in this very specific situation is definitely like, you know, that's when it's socially acceptable. It like any other time, if somebody like drives up to you and be like, "Hey kid, you want to get some candy in my windowless white van?" Don't do it. Or, you know, somebody just be like, "Hey, I got some Nintendo stuff inside the back of this van." Usually it has to do with a like windowless white van of some kind. Ew, creepy. You take candy from strangers if the stranger is a family member or your teacher. Well, I mean, even then, it depends on whether or not you have a trustworthy family member or whether you have a trustworthy teacher. There's some truth to that one. Spooky Month has convinced me to, trick or treating is scary. I mean, you know, sort of. A little bit. I don't know. I feel like Halloween has been really dumbed down and dialed down over the years and has been made like less and less scary as time moves on. And I feel like a little bit of the macabre and spook needs to stay there. I think it's a little bit goofy to throw all of that tradition out the window simply for the fact that, like, oh, well, you know, you might scare a child. It's just like, what are you talking about? The entire point is to be spooky. What the shit? Oh, hello, Phoenix. How's it going? I usually think kid activities and spaces are being shrunk down due to the internet. So it's sad to see it's just go pick some candy from trucks and don't annoy me, kid. Dude, yeah. Like, I am so... It makes me sad whenever I see, like, you know, stuff where parents have, like, a perfect opportunity to bond with their kids and have a really good time with them. Like, I feel like trick-or-treating is one of those things where there are so few circumstances where you can, as a parent, have just as much fun with the kids with, like, you know, an activity like trick-or-treating. Dude, how fun is it to, like, you, as a parent, could dress up yourself, and you could also go out and hang out with your kids during trick-or-treating and run from door to door and, like, share that tradition. That's a heck of a lot of fun. Why wouldn't you want to do that? And it just kind of makes me sad that, like, there are so many instances where, like, not only do we not want to do that, but want to, like, dumb it down a little bit more. Like, why don't you want to be with your kids? Like, you chose to have them. Raise them, man. Give them the same opportunities that you had, man. Jeez. Spooky says Amazon's trying to scam me? $500 for shipping? I mean, that depends on, like, who the person that's shipping it is, like, pricing their shipping costs at. If you're buying a package... Well, unfortunately, the tariffs have kind of, like, absolutely ruined everything. But on top of that, I'm sure that shipping is probably not easy either. Especially if, like, you're going to getting stuff from specific countries. But yeah, no, I agree. That does suck. Kids and teens need more events and spaces for them to hang out and socialize. So many places have been taken away from them. Yeah, absolutely agree. And, like, it's not getting any better with the fact that, I know that when I was growing up, there were quite a few places for teens and, like, kids to hang out. Like, I remember there were, like, you know, rollerblade rinks. There were, I mean, the bowling alley was always sort of skeevy, so I don't know if that one really counts. Well, you know, there were, like, skateboard parks and things like that. Schools tended to be pretty loose on, like, whether, you know, like, how long you had to stay there. So that you could hang out a little bit at the schools to a certain extent, especially if you had after-school activities. There was... I'm trying to remember some other things that are, like, kind of very similar. I don't know, do you have any other, like, examples of places that kids, like, either could hang out at, like, now or could have, like, back then? I'm sure there's a couple, but, like, they're not currently bubbling up in my brain. It was supposed to be something fun and spend some time together. I really want it to be entertaining again for all of the people involved. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, malls. Oh, I forgot about malls. Shoot. Dude, like, I know that there is still a mall that does exist not too far away from where I'm at. And even then, that mall it's seen better days. There's not a lot of people going through it. And also, like, most of the shops that are in it have kind of, like, shut down at this point. And the only ones that are kind of still thriving are, like, the big box stores or, like, you know, like the big retailers, the ones that can hold up their own. I mean, basically, the retailers are just kind of footing the bill for the mall and keeping the mall afloat. Which is not great, because that means the mall kind of, like, they can't spend money to improve utilities, and it just kind of sits there and stagnates. You know, because there aren't any, like, you know, in-between shops, or, like, not a whole lot of in-between shops that can foot extra money so that they can put a little bit into, you know, possibly fixing up floors or fixing up walls or, you know, fixing up the things like the toiletries and things. I'm kind of jealous of your childhood, or just in general, people from your generation, because it sounds awesome. You know, it was pretty cool, but, like, there's probably a couple of things that are, like, really cool nowadays that, like, I'm not getting. You know, I didn't get an opportunity to experience when I was younger. Ooh, pumpkin patch. Ooh. And there's a Pearson here. Hello. We're talking about places that you could hang out during childhood. And also, we're talking about Halloween. My roller skating rink closed down 7 years ago. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. It was originally going to open up again, but it's been radio silent for 5 years. Many kids and teens in my town hang out there a lot, and now that space is gone. That really sucks. You know what I really miss? I really miss, like, good arcades. Those don't really exist all that much. Oh, I hit my mic. Those don't really exist all that much. And I remember there were, like, several really cool arcades when I was growing up. And unfortunately, the main arcade, the one that I really loved going to, it shut down, like, 20 years ago. Like, it's been a very long time. It was like a pizzeria and an arcade place, and, like, you could, like, oh, and also I think it was, like, there was some mini golf in there as well. They did, like, everything under the sun. Oh, and laser tag. Yeah, it was just like, it was like a fun center, a place where you could just go and do a whole bunch of fun stuff. Unfortunately, yeah, there's only so much that you can do when you don't have a lot of money coming in. So they did shut down, and I miss them still. It makes me upset. I'm glad my art museum has a program. Oh, hold on a second. Any art class is free for teens after school. Hey, that's real nice. Oh, Barnes and Noble. I've been to Barnes and Noble. It's pretty decent. They're holding their heads above water. I certainly hope they continue to do that. Especially, like, I hope that physical media becomes a little bit more of a popular thing. It's so pricey, and the good games are located in specific arcades. Yeah, arcades are kind of like, they've kind of, like, been reduced to just a bunch of the really expensive units that you can find at, like, most arcades around the world. I mean, you know, around the country, I should say. The last great arcade chain out there is Round One, and Round One is freaking awesome. Arcade pizzeria, you say? My roller skating rink also had a bunch of arcade machines that I miss. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. Yeah. I feel like having an arcade in your town is like, if you've got one, cherish it. Like, go there. Spend money. Buy over-expensive pizza. You know, buy the silly cracker pizza. Have the experience. Because you don't know how long you're going to have it, unfortunately. There's one arcade I really want to play more of, but it's only playable in arcade. Oh, yeah. An arcade game? Boy, that could be anything. There are, like, so many different ones. I'm sure there's probably, like, a Project Miku that exists somewhere. Gunslinger Strato 3. I'm going to look that up. I'm gonna assume that's like that sounds like one of those like stand-up arcade. Well, gun games, one of those light game type of things. Yeah, seems like it. Ooh, hey, is this a picture of the actual like? Yeah, okay, yeah. So it is sort of a light game kind of thing. Very neat. It's a very stylish looking arcade cabinet for sure.
I'm jumping in because I feel like I need to explain what is special about this game.
Oh, really?
Yes. So the thing that makes the game funky and is the reason why you can't play it like regularly or port it to regular consoles at home is because of the way that the controller works. So it's a twin stick shooter, and basically they took two light guns and they shoved analog sticks on the end of them.
Hmm. Okay.
So you are aiming and trying to shoot everything with one gun in each hand, and each gun also has an analog stick on it. So you use that to move around and also like swivel the camera. And the guns themselves, you can connect them to each other. So you can either stack them on top of each other or connect them sideways. And depending on how the guns are connected, that changes what your weapon is. So that's basically like your character has three different weapons, and one of them is two guns in one in each hand. If you stack them on top of each other, you get like a bazooka, and if you connect to them sideways, then you get like a sniper rifle.
That
And so
sounds
you need to
like
keep up
that'd
with the
be
different
really fun, either like
or
co-op
everything.
or
It's
yourself.
a online shooter, and it's really, really fun.
Ooh, that's neat.
Yeah. And the only place I've seen it is at round one.
Yippee, says Spooky Scorpion. Thank you. That's so good. Oh my god, says Bitter Comedy. That sounds freaking rad, yeah. What was that? There's a couple of arcade games that utilize like clear displays that I think is really neat. Ones where like, it's like you could see a clear crosshair on like one layer of screen, and then like there's a regular screen behind it, and it kind of makes this like 2D depth effect. And I like those experiences because you really don't get that on your home TV. I've seen a couple of arcade games that do that. I'm trying to remember what they are.
Yeah, I feel like if arcades really want to remain competitive and relevant now, then they need to offer something that I can't just get at home on my consoles or on a PC.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Bitter Comedy says, Bit, you want to set up a magma so bad. Peabody moving hand around GIF. You want to set up the magma. Make a magma server. If I get to a point where I have enough artists in my community that are really excited and interested in a magma, I will. It's just kind of one of those like, I'm not quite ready yet for that. But I do think it'd be kind of a cool experience to have the ability to like flip-flop between like, playing game and seeing what you guys are up to and like what you're drawing. And also, hello Pink, how's it going? Chuck E. Cheese. You know what? I never had the experience of going to a Chuck E. Cheese.
Really?
No, there was never a Chuck E. Cheese in my neighborhood. Like, we had sort of generic arcades within my area, but there weren't any Chuck E. Cheeses.
That's surprising.
I guess they just didn't see any money here. Which, to be fair, the only arcade machine that was anywhere near my area shut down because there wasn't enough people coming out to it, so they were probably right. Let's be real.
Probably.
Bitter says,
But
I
still,
can drag
that's kind
them
of
by...
funny. I feel like most people that I've talked to probably have at least one Chuck E. Cheese story.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I have arcade stories where I had a lot of fun experiences, including I talked about this during the Pac-Man streams, where my local arcade used to have a Miss Pac-Man machine, and it was really fun because I don't know what the heck they did to the machine. Like they modded it so that it was like super fast.
Ooh, turbo mode. Yeah.
Turbo mode, yeah. And like honestly, after I played that version of Pac-Man, like Miss Pac-Man, I can't play it any other way. Every time
Yeah,
I play
that's-
regular Miss Pac-Man, I'm just like, this is boring.
That's an optional setting that the arcade owners can enable. It's basically just a switch you flick on the inside of the machine. And it does make the game a lot more fun, but it also makes it harder. So most people are recommended not to flip that on. So whoever did that, that's a good arcade.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a pretty good arcade. But unfortunately, yeah, they're no longer a thing. Better misses the Pac-Man machines. What we had here are called Metagulls. What are Metagulls? 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 What the heck are you talking about?
I do not know what that is.
I don't know. They said they were Latin American before, so it's got to be
Going
something
Google and
specifically in
searching
Latin
for
American.
it. What's popping up is those little like foosball tables with the soccer players.
Oh, okay. Ow. Yeah, that sounds about right. I remember there were a couple of those in my arcades.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 handles per table side. Yeah, like, is it called foosball? I think it's foosball.
Yeah, we call it foosball over here, or table football.
Mm-hmm. There were a couple of foosball things in that one arcade that I was at. I'm trying to remember if they had air hockey. I believe they did. This place had so much crap in it. They were just like, buy all the crazy things. So that there's at least one thing that everybody would like, you know, if you are a fan of one thing at the arcade, you would definitely find it here.
Nice.
And it was nice. I'm really sad it's gone. But, and again, it's been gone for like 20 years. So I haven't gotten over it. Let me think. What other things, like, would I have done, like, when I was younger? I'm sure there's, like, public parks still. How often do people go to public parks?
I like going to public parks.
I haven't been to one in a long time. But I wouldn't give to experience a good arcade. It's a pretty magical experience. You know, just make sure that if you are an individual who has problems with, like, sensory problems and, like, you know, being overstimulated, arcade's not a great place for that. I know a handful of people that, like, they would get overstimulated by an arcade very quickly. Trying to translate what I want to English. Give me a second. Hey, no problem. Let's see. Public parks. Public pools. I remember public pools. Those were fairly fun. But, like... I'm very curious. Like, how many of you guys are like... I'm sure that you've been to a public pool. Everybody has been to a public pool.
Yes.
Oh my god, Scorpion apparently has a story. I want to know this. I will never touch a public pool again. Germ factories. Oh, is that it? Just like they're skeezy and disgusting? I mean, that's fair. Oh. I'm very curious. Pink says back when I was little. I do remember I used to go to this one place that had like a public pool. It was like a part of like a hotel that just happened to have their public pool. Like they had their pool open to anybody who happened to want to go there. When I went to a theme park, it was like 1,000,000,000 degrees, as they be. So I wanted to go to a little beach area. Very well. Well, that's something that I haven't. You know, living in the Midwest, one thing that you definitely don't get to see: beaches. At least, like, not good beaches.
I'm kind of surprised there aren't more like water parks that are trying to emulate a beach in the Midwest.
Maybe I don't know whether or not it's like feasible. It must be.
Like, I mean,
Man-made
wave
beach.
pools exist. People have done stuff like that at water parks.
Yeah.
But thinking about water parks that I know of, I don't really know of a whole lot that are out in the Midwest or just like Central America at all.
Most water parks are just glorified swimming pools. It's not much to them.
I mean, there are some really, really cool ones, but most of the time, then they usually focus on like big, crazy water slides, not really trying to emulate a beach experience because most of the time they have to be located in places where you can already just go to the beach.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Right. I can understand that if you've got like, like, does Universal Studio have like a water park area or?
they do actually.
Yeah, it's kind of the first thing I thought was if you're like Universal Studios or something, I can understand having a water park and not having a beach.
Yeah,
But it would be
Universal
nice to have,
Studios
like-
Orlando has a water park. It's called Volcano Bay. It actually looks freaking amazing. And Disney World has 2 water parks.
I see. Also, Spooky has just posted they were changing their kids' diapers on one of the beach rocks next to the pool. Ugh. Yikes. Okay. There's an image. No, public pools are disgusting. There's only so much chlorine that you can put in a pool, like, just to save it. At the end of the day, it's still infested with all types of germs. An advanced swimmer. Ooh, interesting. Very healthy. Good for cardio. Good for strength. Oh, yeah. No, like I've been to public pools and I thought they were pretty fun, but that's when I was younger, when I was naive and didn't know much. Sun God is here. Welcome. Hello. Thank you to come. Thank you to come to stream. I appreciate. Let me see. I had something on the tip of my brain, and I'm trying. Oh yeah. So there is one other place that I remember there was that I would go to when I was younger, and it was this sort of faux theme park kind of thing. I never lived anywhere that had like a Universal Studios or a Six Flags. The closest I had was some small town kind of setups where it was basically an entrepreneur guy who was really, really invested in bringing in a market that like was very starved in like this very small Midwestern area. And so he would have stuff like very small water park areas, and I'm talking very small, like basically the lamest freaking water slide you could possibly find. There was like a corner of like golf carts. No, not golf carts. Go-karts. That's it. A very small thing of go-karts. And I believe there was like a corner of it that was also golf, which was like really weird. And it's just like, hey, do you want to have fun? Come on down to our theme park. And it's just like, this is not a very fun theme park. There's not even a risk of anybody like cracking their skull open and dying. I'm
Is this
terrified
like
of.
Boomers?
Hello?
It's Boomers is the name of like a kind of regional entertainment complex chain. That's I think they're actually around the United States. They might be called something different, but basically they have like a little mini arcade. They do have go-karts. They have a really big mini golf area, and occasionally some of them have like a little water park section, and you just kind of go between all of those. It's nowhere near as big or extravagant as like Disneyland or Universal or Six Flags, but it's basically just like a small thing that people can do that's pretty fun.
Yep. That sounds very
Is
similar.
it one of those?
It's
Okay.
basically one of those. Except not under that brand.
Okay.
This thing was like very like brandless and very risky. It's kind of one of those just like you look around being like, I feel like drugs have been sold here. I don't know. There's some kind of a vibe going on. Couldn't tell you how I knew, but I was just like, something feels like cocaine. Yeah, Scorpion says, I'm terrified of anything slightly unsanitary, so I haven't been near public pools in a while. In my head, it's pretty much just human soup. You're right. That thing is absolutely filled to the brim with, like, human skin cells and, like, all kinds of disgusting stuff.
Yep.
Like, the only way taking a bath, but with, like, 200 other people.
The only way that you're going to have a good sanitary pool experience is if you have your own, like, personal pool. I said, hi. Oh, man. And I am not rich enough for that. I don't need, and also I don't have a, F-Bay says hi.
No.
Meanwhile, F-Bay, like, throws several things at my head to get my attention. Thank you. Appreciate it. Man, what other things did I do when I was younger? So we've talked about malls, theme parks, arcades, roller rinks. Holy fuck, there's a lot of cool things that I did when I was younger. Wow.
Hiking trails?
Hiking trails? Oh, you know, that's a good one. I've been on a couple of hikes.
There's some good walking trails around where I am that I really like going through. I remember in 2016, the hiking trail, normally it's really, really quiet and like no one's there. But in the summer of 2016, it suddenly became the hottest place to be. And that was because everyone was playing Pokemon Go and leaving their house for the first time.
That makes sense.
But it was really, really funny when that happened because there was like everyone walking around and everyone was just glued to their phones. But it was still a really nice walk.
Right.
Things have calmed down a lot.
Yo, this place is filled with nothing but
Weedles.
Weedles.
Really, really nice. Yeah, literally that, actually.
Yeah, I remember Pokemon Go. There are still people that are like actively playing it. It's just like,
yep.
You have to either live in a metropolitan area or be addicted.
Yeah.
One of the two. Spooky is a very big theme park nerd. Oh, okay, so they literally have a roller coaster wheel in their room. That's pretty metal. Holy crap.
Like, does it run? Does it go anywhere?
I hope not. One day it just falls off the wall and just like runs its way off. Let me send a picture to Discord. Ooh, yes, please do.
Yeah, Spooky. I am also a theme park person, so this has piqued my interest.
I wonder what kind of a coaster it would have been. I have to imagine that those wheels have to be replaced like semi-regularly, at least like for safety's sake. I don't go to theme parks too often. Mostly because I'm a complete chicken and I don't like getting on park rides. I think it'd be different if I was going on like a crazy themed one like Disney or something similar to that. I think I would throw away my concern for something like that.
Yeah, I think that for people who don't normally do like the thrill-seeking aspect, Disney or Universal are probably better for people who want a theme park experience but also don't want to be like jostled around or scared too much. Because Disney and Universal rides are more primarily focused on like delivering a narrative experience than they are just raw thrills.
Yeah, I like narrative experience.
Then Disney or Universal are the ones for you. And honestly, I kind of prefer that as well because I don't really care for Knott's Berry Farm or Six Flags all that much.
Yeah. Oh, Better Comedy has gone to a theme park before. 3 roller coasters, 1 hammer, and 1 laser tag all in the same day. Full day. Cedar Point earlier this year, Top Thrill 2 is intense. I can't. I just like, no. I've mentioned this before. Like, I have absolute major anxiety problems. So let me tell you, I don't need to go on a roller coaster to feel anxiety, okay? I don't need thrill. It's the same reason why I don't really play horror games. Because I'm just like, I don't need that.
Yeah, even the most thrilling ride at like Disneyland Park, it doesn't go any faster than 20 miles an hour. So I
Yeah,
think you're going to be okay.
I'll take that. And I like me some
Yeah.
Disney when it's not being an evil conglomerate, which is all the time.
Yeah. So honestly, I wouldn't really recommend going to Disneyland or Disney World right now. And I say that as someone who loves Disneyland and Disney World. I would recommend Universal Studios over them.
Spooky has posted the wheel.
That
Permission to show this
freaking
on
rad.
stream, by the way. Very cool theming, slow rides. Yep. Hey, I am absolutely fine with that.
The
Absolutely.
Indiana Jones ride is still a masterpiece, and I will die on that hill.
Hey. I really wanted to experience what other kids did for a day. There was the only day in my entire the only time my entire day I was willing to. Yeah. You know what? I think everybody needs to have the theme park experience at least once. So yeah. Oh God, Sun God says the only theme park that I've been to was SeaWorld. I'm so sorry.
I mean, that does count. It is a park that is themed.
Yeah, technically. you are correct. My bucket list culture is Voltron. Oh wait, coaster rather is Voltron. What's Voltron and where is it? Voltron. I have to look this up. Voltron coaster.
That's the one in Europa Park?
I found out Voltron Nevera, is that what it is?
I think that's it.
Croatian themed area. Okay, in Europa Park.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Interesting. Combination of dark ride and launched roller coaster. Alrighty. Comfy is here and they're peeking in. Hello, welcome to the stream. We're currently talking about, childhood activities, and we're currently on the subject of theme parks. Well, probably won't be going to Germany anytime soon. But like that looks like a freaking crazy. That looks like a crazy coaster.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, no, Spooky. Do I have permission to show this like roller coaster wheel on stream? I just wanted to check real quick. There's nothing identifying in the picture at all. It's just a roller coaster wheel. Oh, it's a big picture. Good lord. So Spooky just owns this? You know, I've heard of weirder. Like, honestly. I own some, like, very you're talking to somebody who, like, literally, to my side here right now is a pizza peel. I just have that hanging around. I don't really even use it. It's just there. You'd be surprised, like, the kind of fixations that can happen and the things that end up spawning in your life. Ebbe says, when I lived in Florida, I lived 30 minutes away from the parks and I could see the Disney fireworks from my college. That's freaking cool.
That's rad.
Hey,
That's super rad.
can you imagine if you, like, I don't know when you went to college, but I'm going to assume you probably didn't have, like, amazing, like, recording equipment or anything, or, like, anything with a good zoom. But nowadays, like, phones are getting so crazy. Also, what's Snap? Says Bitter Comedy. Oh, no. Does anybody want to inform, Bitter Comedy about what Snap is?
Snap is Snap.
Snap is Snap, yeah. I mean, look, it's fine that people don't know what Snap is. Everybody's got to learn sometime. Yeah, it's short for snatcher crab. I'm curious. Where have you seen this Snab character? Were you taking a look at the redeems and saw the invite Snab thing? Taps chin. I'm a visual learner. Are you really gonna make me do this? Hold on a second. I was kind of baiting, like, being like, hey, does anybody want to press the funny button? Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Oh, Comfy says they don't have enough points. Okay, all right.
Well, then I gotta send more of them.
Here. Oh, somebody else. Hold on a second. Ah, Phoenix invited Snap. Yay! Okay, hold on. I need to close out of this window. I was just about to do that. Thank you. I appreciate that, Phoenix. Here, this is Snap. Hello. Oh. We're being invaded.
Snap.
So many snaps. Snap raid. Bum 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 ba-dum ba-dum bum ba-dum. Yeah, how's it going, buddy? Are you enjoying your day? He says he wants to be on a roller coaster too. Well, that's a good question. Snap, if you wanted to get on a roller coaster, which one would you go on? I don't think that one exists anymore. Unfortunately, you know, Disney kind of tears rides down left and right. So,
Which one are you thinking of?
Unfortunately, I didn't have one, like, off the top of my head. So I just made it up.
Oh.
Because I'm like, Disney's probably torn down at least one roller coaster.
They have.
It's Disney.
Yeah, they have. They also just took one of their roller coasters that was original and then just rethemed it so that it's The Incredibles.
Yeah, that works too. Have I heard of the Smiler by any chance?
I don't think Bit needs to see the Smiler.
Fuck it, looking it up.
Okay, if you're curious what park is that it's at, it's called Alton Towers. Alton Towers, the Smiler.
Oh, the Smiler roller coaster? Oh, okay.
It's a roller coaster.
Ooh, the logo looks freaking awesome. Very curly. Now, I would not go on a roller coaster like this because, like, 14 inversions. No. Mm-hmm. I like being on the ground. I enjoy, like, look, you're talking to somebody who has vertigo problems, okay? I can get that experience just by turning my head to the side. I'd recommend going to the Adventure Dome sometime. Oh, no longer going to be dressed as Sans for Halloween? Why? Are we canceling Sans? What did he do? What did that skeleton man do? I enjoy long rides more than roller coasters. You know what? Yeah. I like that as a concept. Mm-hmm. Unless it's a small world. In which case,
actually one ride that I think looks really, really cool that kind of uses a different spin on an old ride system. And I haven't really seen anything like it in the United States, but it looks really, really rad. Mm-hmm. So there's this park that's in, I think, like Denmark. It's called Efteling. And in it, they basically have their own take on essentially a Haunted Mansion style ride. And the way the ride works is it operates kind of like the Teacup ride at Disneyland, which you know what the Teacup ride is, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's the spinny platform, and then there's other like spinny bits inside the main wheel, and that's where the teacups are, and those all spin. So basically, it's like that, except the entire thing is also on a turntable. On like, it can also tilt in like the Z-axis.
Oh.
I sent a picture in the stream chat.
No.
It doesn't actually go upside down or really go that steep, but it still does enough to make itself feel really, really thrilling.
Oh.
And then And then surrounding you is basically all the like haunted stuff, and they have basically a bunch of haunted ghosts come out and play like creepy music while you're spinning.
Bright green ghosts come out to socialize.
Basically that. Only this one kind of goes for a little more of the like edgier route because this is in Europe.
Gotcha.
And also Disney has nothing to do with it.
If anybody wanted to see what this thing looks like, it looks like this. Good freaking God. Yeah, that looks like a demented Disney park ride for sure.
Yeah, it looks really, really cool though. I do want to try that.
It does. I think for me, again, like I said, I was joking about the whole Vertigo thing, but real. Something like this, I'm a little bit worried I would actually have problems with it. Like if I'm locked down into one place and then everything starts tilting left and right, I don't know about that.
Well, I mean, you're also spinning around in a circle too.
And spinning in a circle.
Each one of those platforms that you're on, they can rotate independently because it's like the teacup system.
Yeah. Oh. Man, that reminds me of this one park ride that I went on. What is that thing called? I'm just gonna look up park ride names because, like, oh hey, here we go. List of amusement park rides. Because I'm sure there's it's very common. You see this in a lot of like fairgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, I'm scrolling through here. Confetti.
Which type of ride are you thinking of?
Oh man, what's it called? With like it's so hard. I don't know. It's so hard to describe. You see it at a lot of like county fairs.
Is it the one where you're in like a cage and then you just rotate around a whole bunch, or is it the one where you're on a giant like a swing set and then it just spins around and like you feel like you're flying out to the side?
Oh god, I think it could be either one of those. Trying to like find a picture of it just so that I can like, have a good visual. Oh, is this it? Oh, is this what it's called? Hold on a second. Oh, no, I have no idea. The problem is all the pictures that I have here are like, they're not in a parked position and they're actively moving, so it's very difficult to like see for sure. Anyway, no, I had a funny little like side story about this one particular ride that I was on. I think it's called the Scrambler. I think it's the Scrambler, if my memory serves me correctly. I could be wrong. But the best way I can describe it is that, like, it's a set of 3 independent, like, spinning, like, chair assemblies. So, like, and they're all connected to one spinning assembly in the middle. And, like, the middle spins and then the 3 individual assemblies, like, independently spin. And it's, like, big. And I remember I got onto that ride, and I got on there with, like, a nephew of mine. And, I was sitting there thinking to myself, like, yeah, this will be a fun experience. One of the first park rides that my nephew is going to be, getting on board with. And so we got in, and then the ride started, and I was enjoying myself. So was my nephew. I was like, it was fun. Then, like, again, the momentum of the spinning started getting, like, a little bit faster. And you know how, like, as you're, I guess the best way I can describe it is that, like, the speed varies depending on what part of, like, the spinning cycle you're in. So, like, sometimes the momentum isn't that hard, then sometimes the momentum just, like, slams you. I was on the outside seat, and my nephew was on the inside seat. And, like, the force that is being pushed on you is making you try to push, like, out and away from the Scrambler. Well, my nephew, bless him, like, he wasn't exactly trying to stop his like force from like slamming directly into my side. And I understand that, like, you know, this is kind of the nature of how this park ride works at the end of the day. You know, like, yeah, at the end of the day, you are going to be a little bit jostled up in your seats. You might end up bumping between people. But it was almost like my nephew was intentionally doing it. Where he was just like, he was going full ragdoll and just slamming, like, as hard as he possibly could into my side as we were, like, on this ride. And I think I would have been fine had my nephew not been in that seat. But because my nephew was in the seat, like, slamming me as I was being jostled by the ride, I was actively starting to get really sick. And I was actually worried that I was gonna, like, vomit. And then I finally got off the ride, and his parents were just like, "Hey, you looked like you weren't doing very well over there." I'm just like, go fuck yourself.
That sucks, Dad. I'm sorry.
Why don't you get on the ride with your kid, eh? Fuck you. But anyway, that was my experience. Like, I don't normally get on thrill rides, so that didn't work out very well for me.
I think something like Pirates of the Caribbean might be more your speed.
Yeah. Pirates. Yay.
Diamond in the rough. Good. Yeah.
Or actually, wait.
For that kind of ride, it's essentially what the theme park industry calls a dark ride, where the ride itself isn't really the focus. It's more all the stuff that you see when you're on the ride.
Dead men tell no tales.
Yeah.
Dead men tell no tales.
The ride technically has 2 like small drops in it, but the only reason they're there is just because they need to get you out of the park and into the show building where the rest of the ride is. And there's other stuff in the way, so the only way to get there is to go under that stuff. So the drops that they do have in the ride are designed to be like as gentle as possible.
Right.
Because if they could have, they just wouldn't have put them in there.
Mm-hmm. I'm not a complete wuss when it comes to park rides. It's just like, there are bigger adrenaline junkies. I'd like to think I'm a little below average. That's about it. Comfy says the Scrambler sucks. Too many people threw up when I went on, and I have awful emetophobia. What's emetophobia? I'm gonna look this up. What is this? Oh, fear of vomiting. Duh. Gotcha. You know what's funny? I think I had some significant phobia of that when I was younger, but as I've gotten older and as I've had like the experience of, unfortunately, upchucking, I you know, I'm not gonna say I've gotten over it, but I will say that like sometimes I have learned that sometimes it's better to get it out of your system as opposed to letting it simmer and being miserable. It's especially like when you're like really, really sick with the flu and you're just sitting there being like, oh my God, my insides are on fire. And so then you go to the bathroom, you go, whop, and then you're done. Or at least you're done for a while anyway. Mm-hmm. Most rides at fairs are spinning rides, and in recent years, I've become more easily nauseous by them. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know how my head would respond to getting onto a thrill ride now, because I remember I got onto again, me getting on the Scrambler way back when. That was like back before I was having the serious issues when it came to vertigo. So if I got onto a park ride like that now, I don't know how that would work out.
A lot of it also is determined by just like how securely that ride was put together and the maintenance that's been done on it. Because if that thing was put together very haphazardly or the maintenance hasn't been done on it, it's going to be a rougher experience.
Well, I was at a county fair.
Well, in that case, it's a wild card.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Everybody says there's a dark ride in a park near me that starts off as a classic gentle dark ride and then at the end has a surprise speed up. Oh, that's horrifying. Whiplash.
I do like log flume rides. Those are pretty okay.
Yeah, those are kind of neat. I haven't
Like, for
been
the
on
most
a
part,
log
they're pretty
flume
gentle
ride.
and simple because you're just in a log on the water. And then there's just that one part where the log drops really, really steep, and that's where the scream happens. But other than that, it's pretty simple.
Mm-hmm.
But
I've
those
never been on a
generally are
log
okay.
flume ride, but I feel like that'd be really fun.
Yeah.
Most rides at fairs are spinning rides in recent years. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm recently nauseous to it. Log rides, my beloved. Now, this is just giving me memories of playing Roller Coaster Tycoon. That was always fun. Although, I'm terrible when it comes to management, so, like, I would just pick free mode and then just make something and then be like, okay, well, I guess I'm done now. Also, a lot of people drowned. A lot of people drowned. Oh yeah, Planet Coaster. I had plans of picking up Planet Coaster, and then I just never did. I don't know. I guess I was just like, I'm not enough of a enthusiast for park rides. I don't know. The Planet Coaster does have a Back to the Future DLC that I have, like, I think I have that in my wish list still. I was just like, ooh, can I make the Back to the Future park ride again? Can I, like, resurface it?
I wish we could do that. That ride was amazing.
Your dad regretted buying that game after I managed to get 100 hours on Steam. Ooh. Man. Oh, what is, like... I know that, like, the winner is Terraria. Right off the bat, I'm just like, the most played game that I currently have on Steam right now is Terraria, for sure.
Turn over here to... Oh.
Hello.
Greetings, hello.
Hello.
Greetings. We're talking about park ride experiences. Do you have any memorable park ride stories?
I do, but if I go into all of them, we'll be here a while, so...
Wait, you can hear him?
Oh.
Yes, I'm here, hello.
Do I have the wrong mic
Sounds
set up?
far away from me.
Hold on a second. I might have the wrong mic set up. Oh, I do. Yeah. Oopsie doopsies. I keep forgetting to swap that. Anyway, I was just saying that we're currently talking about park rides and, like, you know, theme park experiences. Do we have any memorable ones?
Theme park. Ooh! I went to Hershey Park.
Oh, dude, that'd be so cool.
That sounds fun.
Factory fresh chocolate. Oh. Also, they have a wooden roller coaster. A couple of them.
I love the concept of the concept of factory fresh chocolate. Right off the assembly line. It's the American dream.
I remember this one ride that was at Knott's Berry Farm that I believe is still there, and it's a ride that I refuse to ride under any circumstances because it's scary. I sent a picture of what it looks like in the stream chat.
Ooh, okay. Oh!
Yeah, that ride, basically, it launches you, and then you pretty much fly 90 degrees straight up in the air. Then it turns, and then you go 90 degrees right back down, and then it rockets around and then returns to the station.
Nice. I think I actually did ride that one.
Yeah, the ride is called the Accelerator, and I refuse to ride it because it's scary, and if there's even a slight drizzle of rain at all, then they actually don't run it because it's not safe.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
But that ride scares me.
You ever ride a motorcycle through a rainstorm? The same concept.
Danger. No shit.
Yeah. It's a really cool launch coaster idea. I like that it's there. I just don't want to be on it.
Yeah. For some reason, this is reminding me of the one meme about the euthanasia coaster.
Oh, yeah.
I love that one. Let me see if I can pull up a picture. There's like there's videos of like. Okay, hold on.
Here, hang on, I got one. Here, Ben. This one.
I love that. Hold on. I got this. Oh, it's a WebP. Oh well, it'll work in OBS.
Sorry, I can see if I can find a different one that's not that.
No, you're good. I just hate WebP.
Oh, same. It's awful.
Huh, piece of cake. Sonic, no! Don't do it! But yeah, if you've never heard of the euthanasia coaster, the gag is that like, oh, this is like, is it an ethical way to euthanize somebody? Is that how it is? Just being like,
having fun doing it?
I don't know if it's ethical or not, but the idea is like you go on the euthanasia coaster and then it like whiplashes you so much that basically your head falls off.
I think the science behind it is that if you go through those corkscrew loops at that speed for that prolonged period of time, the G forces that are on your body are enough to make you black out and prevent you from waking up.
I see.
Yeah, because by the time you're out of all of those loops, you've experienced such intense G forces that you're dead.
Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah.
Spooky said, I just checked and I have 200 hours on Planet Zoo. I only touch pixel grass, thank you very much. Oh, man. So I have 2,500 hours in Terraria.
Oh dear.
Now,
That's quite a lot.
I would like to state that I would like to preface this that many of those hours were me just going idle and letting the game like, generate items for me in specific spots. So, a lot of that was not me being there at the chair at the seat. On top of that, Terraria is a game that I have played and replayed over and over and over again, whether it be my own personal games, whether it be servers with friends, whether it be I'm trying to think of some other examples. I don't know. I've played a lot of Terraria. It's not a good excuse though. That's still that's a big chunk of my life.
I think I got over 1,600 hours in RimWorld.
Yep, there we go. Well, RimWorld's got like a lot more variation to it. Meanwhile, Terraria is just like, here's the gameplay loop. Okay, you're done.
Here's the gameplay loop. You're going to be in these mines forever.
Welcome to the mine, child. Prepare to mine cold.
It's the place you've yearned for, anyway.
Your total playtime on Roblox. You know what's one thing that I definitely don't want to look up? My time playing Minecraft. Because not only does it have the exact same problem of like, I've gone idle in Minecraft for the sake of, item generators and like, mob spawners and things. On top of this, I have also played a lot more Minecraft than I have played Terraria. So if I looked up the time that I played Minecraft, I feel like a part of my soul is... Basically, if I knew that information, I think I would be like re-evaluating my entire life and like the direction it's going. I would just be like, what am I doing here?
Actually,
Why?
you still have Minecraft, right?
Yes.
I think I mentioned it before, but I'm pretty sure that someone rebuilt Disneyland in Minecraft and that you can ride the rides that way.
Yeah. I mean, I don't remember if you said that or not, but I am not surprised.
Yeah, they did a really good job. Actually, it's really really impressive what they were able to accomplish in there.
Oh yeah. FBay says there's a park I've been to called Carowinds that's in between two states. It has a few coasters that cross through those two states. That's kind of neat. I like the idea of like, yeah. I mean, God, wouldn't it be great if there was like a theme park that was separated by like, you know, literal countries? That's gotta exist. Like
a theme park that's multiple countries big.
Well, not multiple countries big, but like, you know, it's separate. You know, it's directly on the borderline. You know, maybe a coaster in Europe or something.
Like the coaster goes into another country just as part of the way that it goes.
Yeah. So, you know, you'll be in one place and then the next minute you're just like, welcome to Germany.
Aside from something like Epcot, where they're trying to have like multiple areas themed after countries in the park, but the actual park itself is all one country, the only thing that's coming to mind is there was this one, it was kind of like a Space Mountain clone that existed at, I think it was a Cedar Fair park, but the way the ride worked was it was the plot of Space Mountain. You go on a spaceship and then you try flying to space, and then something goes wrong with the spaceship and you start crash landing, and that's the ride. And then at the end of the ride, then you hear this weird announcement that says, "Welcome to Alaska." And it's just completely out of nowhere. It doesn't make any sense, but apparently the idea is that you crashed in Alaska and that's where you go.
It's where you go.
And then you walk right back out into the theme park where you got on, and it is very much not in Alaska. So,
yeah, that doesn't make much sense, but there.
Yeah.
It's like just, you know, tricking somebody or punking somebody for a brief moment. What was that one Disney ride that basically like made you microscopic?
Adventure Through Inner Space.
Yeah, that one. That reminds me a little bit of that, except with Adventures Through Inner Space, it does bring you back full size.
Yeah, as part of the plot, they specifically say, hey, we're going to make you not small anymore, and we have you back on visual. So that one at least makes sense. And it was a really good ride, too.
Spooky says, what is the music that is currently playing? It is very epic. This is Dalmatian Station. Specifically the version Dalmatian Station. It gets better mix, and this is done by Jake Kaufman. And it's from the official soundtrack for Mighty Switch Force 2. He's good. I like Jake Kaufman's music. He is like a really good composer. And he's done a lot of music for like games and like projects that I have actively listened to. So yeah, a repeat again. That's Dalmatian Station. It Gets Better Mix by Jake Kaufman. Mighty Switch Force 2.
Nice.
For a moment, I thought you were talking about Honey, I Shrunk the Audience. Is that a thing?
That was a thing at Disney parks for a while. You know the movie Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Yeah.
The idea is it's that, except the guy who shrunk everybody is basically doing like a showing at like a institution that he works at, and he accidentally shrinks all the people who visit it, and it's a big 4D theater experience.
Oh.
So like the audience gets shrunk, and then like different effects happen, like your chair starts shaking, stuff like that. It's more of like an immersive theater experience than a ride, but it was still pretty cool when it was there.
I can't see that ride working any other way, aside from like, you know, roller coaster that goes 5 miles an hour.
Yeah, but
and then you're traveling through
someone's
intestines or something.
Oh no, they made that actually. There was a ride in Epcot called Body Wars, where that was literally the plot.
Mm-hmm.
It did not last very long because people who wrote it thought it was too icky and gross. And also the ride system was just not impressive at all because it's literally the exact same ride system as Star Tours. And if you have to pick between A Journey Through the Human Body or Star Wars, everyone picks Star Wars. So...
I mean, I guess But on the other side of things, like, do I also want to have the ability to relive the experience of that one Magic School Bus episode? Yeah.
I mean, do you want it to be that but photorealistic?
Yeah, I don't know, maybe not.
Yeah, because that's what they were trying to do. And, no.
I suppose.
They did do one other good ride where you actually fly around, though.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard of the ride Soarin'?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so basically the way the ride works is, you know what parasailing, right? Do you know what that is?
Yes.
Like, they wanted to create the experience of basically doing a paraglide or parasail over like a whole bunch of different locations on. It started out as just different locations in California, but then they made different ones for locations all around the world, and they wanted to simulate paragliding. So how do you do that in a theme
soaring
park
around
ride?
The world. Okay.
Yep. So how do you simulate like parasailing in a theme park ride?
I assume what you would do is you would probably just based on I'm looking at a couple of images here, and the first thing that kind of comes to my mind is like putting somebody in one of those roller coaster seats that have that sort of like lock you in, and then maybe like give you a handlebar to like hold on to.
So the idea of what it's supposed to look like is this is the image you're supposed to have in your head of what's happening when you're riding. I sent it in the stream chat there.
Ooh, okay.
So that's what it's supposed to feel like when you're riding it. The system they actually came up with is this, and it is very, very big and scary. And basically, the way it works is you get into these giant, scary-looking metal seats, and all you have is a tiny little seat belt that goes around your waist, and that's it. And then the entire row of seats that you're in moves and locks into place in front of a giant IMAX screen, and then the image of the airplane footage that they have of people flying around and actually doing everything is then projected onto the IMAX screen, and then they just tilt it very gently back and forth.
Ah, I see. Okay, so this is what they want you to think it is. There we go.
Yeah.
This is what it actually is.
Yeah, that's what they want you to think it is.
Very well.
And that's what it actually is.
Yeah.
It's that giant, crazy mess of machinery.
Park rides are an illusion.
And the weirdest part about it is, it actually works really, really well, and it's one of the best rides at the park.
Freaking cool. All right.
Like, there's this one part in the original version of the ride where you fly over a bunch of orange groves, and they actually have a whole bunch of scents that are stored inside the machinery. So when you fly over the oranges, they actually blast orange smell in your face.
Nova actually says, like, the added scents, I like the different smells.
Yeah, and that's a very extra thing that they didn't really have to do, but it adds a lot to the ride. And they also, when you start accelerating really, really fast, they blow air in your face with just a tiny little fan. But you don't notice that when you're riding, and your feet are actually dangling when you're riding this thing. So it actually works really, really good.
Man, that's freaking cool.
Yeah, it's actually a really amazing ride. It actually has been cloned at a whole bunch of places that aren't Disney because the ride system is actually surprisingly deceptively simple to manufacture. But it ended up being a really, really awesome ride.
There's another picture that Pierce sent. Ooh, man. I'm trying to remember, what resolution are IMAX theater screens?
I have no idea.
That's kind of what I'm wondering.
That's the loading platform where you just get on the ride and sit down.
Actually, I'm going to look this up. Here, resolution of IMAX screens. Entertainment center near me that has a discount Soarin' ride with a steampunk. Oh! That'd be freaking cool. Okay, there's a lot of posts that are talking about how big are IMAX screens. No, not big. I'm not asking like, the size of the screen. I know it's hecking huge. I want to know what the actual resolution of it is. Oh, they have a comparison between like. Okay, this is kind of neat. Let me drag this on. Oh, I don't know if you can see it. It's transparent. Nope, can't see it. Okay, never mind. Thank you, Wikipedia. I appreciate that. No, there was a comparison between 35mm and 70mm film. Thank you for the pie. And like 70mm is like, significantly bigger. So I do see how that like that's definitely like a much bigger and more improved thing. Thing is, if IMAX moved over to digital, which I don't imagine that I imagine they would have to. You do need to improve the, dot per inch and all that jazz. Here we go. I found a part of the IMAX like Wikipedia that has like the digital projection stuff. Laser projection. Ooh, okay, interesting. New laser system features dual 4K resolution projectors, each capable of displaying 4 times the detail of one IMAX digital projector. Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, for the sake of such a big screen, they definitely need to have like really good resolution though. So, though, does it matter? Because, like, you're really far away from the screen anyway. Are you really going to be able to pick out all the details? And they put you, like, really far the heck away from I don't know. Anyway, no, this is just, like, my my nerdy freaking tech brain just being like, ooh, hey, I want the specs. A version of Legoland based off the Lego movie?
Yeah, it's basically the same ride as Soarin', but at Legoland, and the explanation that they give for you on the Soarin' clone that they have is that you're testing out Emmett's new flying double-decker couch.
Genius. That's great. I love that.
Yeah.
Double-decker couch. I have not seen the Lego movie in a long time, but it was so good.
It was really, really good. It had no right to be as good as it was.
Mm-hmm.
The Lego Batman movie was also really, really rad.
Mm-hmm.
And now those same people are also making the Spider-Verse movies.
Frickin' geniuses.
Yes.
Chads, they are.
Yes, indeed.
There we go. All right, just getting the chat back together here. Skyfly. Interesting. I see all this stuff about, park rides and things like that, but I rarely go on park rides ever. I feel like I live vicariously through the fun facts about them, I feel. I think the harshest theme park-esque ride that I have been on recently, what would that even be? God, honestly, I don't go on park rides, like, full stop. It's hard to say. I definitely need to change that, though. Like, the next time that I go to somewhere that has a noteworthy park ride place, I need to take some time to, stop at a place and maybe hang out.
There's a lot of really cool stuff out there.
Oh, definitely. I'm trying to think of where would be the next place that I would stop at. I've been to a lot of places in California. So would I want to do a return trip, or would I want to, try something else? Do I want to brave the humidity of Florida?
California. Come out to Southern California, you can try Nintendo Land.
This is true. There's truth to this. Come to think of it, What park rides does Nintendo Land have?
Nintendo Land has one ride currently in Hollywood. It is the Mario Kart ride.
Whoa. I would like that one.
Yeah, it's Mario Kart, so I think that's kind of all the explanation you need. Yeah. If you go to the Florida or Japan locations of Nintendo World, they do have one extra ride, which is just a small little people mover track where it's themed around Yoshi. So it's like you're riding Yoshis.
Well, that's kind of fun.
Yeah, it's a very slow paced, basically like scenic ride, but it's cute. It's Yoshi. People like Yoshi.
I think I'd get the most of the most of the Nintendo Land experience. I feel would probably just like be walking around the park and being mesmerized by all the cool things.
Probably.
And being like, oh my god, it's a real mushroom block. Ah!
And then you can actually punch it with the $40 amiibo you bought.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, you buy like this wristband that's basically an amiibo, and you can use it to punch the blocks and do stuff. And there's actually a story mode that requires it.
Oh, everything costs so much money.
Y'all.
Yeah. The way the story mode works is basically Bowser Jr. stole a golden mushroom, and he hid the keys to where he's hiding it in the hands of like 3 different characters. So you need to go to find those characters scattered throughout Nintendo Land, and you need to do a little mini game to get the keys from him. Like there's a piranha plant, and he's sleeping next to a whole bunch of like ticking down alarm clocks. So you need to run around and hit all the alarm clocks to make sure that they don't go off and wake up the piranha. So that way you can grab the key.
Oh no.
So it's cute little stuff like that.
Dude, that's my nightmare. Those piranha plants in Mario 64 like nearly traumatized the hell out of me. Like,
Yeah,
am I going?
actually have an
slow
animatronic
enough?
piranha plant, so you need to make sure you're not waking him up.
No. I don't want to get chopped. Are you kidding me?
If you manage to get all the keys, then you can go into this like other area where you do a little mini game where you show down against Bowser Jr. and then you can unlock different achievements on your phone.
That's great.
It's
Real life
cute.
achievos.
That's about as well as you can adapt like Mario to theme park as you can.
I suppose.
I think they did a pretty good job with that.
I think the part that I'll enjoy the most, because, you know, my fat butt, food. Because I know they got some cafes and stuff down there.
They have a cafe themed around Toad.
Yeah. Captain Toad's Cafe.
Yep. It's actually is Toad's Cafe. That's literally what it's called, and everything on the menu has mushrooms in it.
Everything?
I don't think there's anything on there that doesn't have mushrooms in it.
That's freaking interesting.
Like, I mean, like the desserts probably don't, but
I'd be scared if they were. I'd just be like, all right, we're taking something that's relatively savory. Actually, come to think, mushrooms are kind of neutral, actually, now that I think about it. I think, I don't think I've had, like, a salty mushroom. Oh, yeah, here we go. I found the food stuff. There's Toadstool Cafe. The Bubbly Barrel from the Donkey Kong area. Oh, that's freaking cool. I want to have a banana flavored thing. Ooh. Oh, you sent me the menu. There we go.
yeah,
I love the Mario burger. That is so dumb.
it's very dumb, but very, very fun.
Here, let me put that on the screen for you guys. Bonk. There we go. So yeah, starters and salads, toadstool, the cheesy garlic knots. Jesus Christ. I
Those
could go
garlic
for
knots
that.
actually look delicious. I would love those.
Fruit and salad, veggie things.
The Universal Japan version of the restaurant actually has one exclusive menu item, and it is absolutely criminal that they did not bring it over to the stateside ones, because I think it's like the one thing that like everyone would want to try.
What is it?
It's the cake from Mario 64.
You bastards!
Yeah, it's actually Peach's cake.
I have to kill. Somebody's head's gonna roll for this. Oh, I'm so upset. A slice of Peach's. Oh,
It's not a slice, it's the entire cake.
It's right there, right
Yep,
in front of your freaking in front of your eyes. Why don't you have that for sale?
I don't know, but in the States, it was downgraded to this cupcake.
I so upset.
That is not the same.
Oh god damn! All right, I'm putting that on the screen. Hold on. Getting a little hodgepodge here, but yeah, hold on.
Hate crimes.
No, this is not Princess Peach's cake.
No, it's not. That's just some random cupcake that's pink.
This is a travesty.
I mean, it's a big cupcake, but it's not Peach's cake.
Oh, good for them. Good for them. Was it
Yeah.
amateur hour?
I don't know why they couldn't just get the actual cake. They did it
Oh.
in Japan.
I don't know. Maybe it's some sort of a deal with a specific chain that they have there.
I don't know.
Short rib special for Chef Toad. Fireflower spaghetti and meatballs. Is it spicy? Fireflower parmesan, shaved parmesan, chopped parsley. Nothing to... It doesn't say anything about being spicy. False advertising. I think you know, I'm a simple individual. I'll probably end up going for the Mario burger.
I'd probably go for that Fireflower spaghetti. That looks pretty good.
Yahoo! I don't know. Like, whenever I have spaghetti nowadays, I just have indigestion. So even like if I were gonna have something like that even out, I feel I would probably not. Like, oh hey, hold on a second. Pierce has posted the actual peak design. Bonk. There we go. Actually, here, full screen treatment.
Yeah,
Look
that's
at
the cake that Japan got.
Ah, that is so ritzy. Holy shit.
Yep.
Dear friends, I poured my heart into this cake I baked for you. I hope you enjoy it. Yours truly, Princess Toadstool. Peach.
Peach.
Oh,
I want that one.
I want that one. Do I get to keep the platter?
I don't know if you get to keep the platter, but the letter is edible. That's like an edible cracker type thing.
Yeah. Oh, that makes me sad that it's edible because I would love to keep that as like a keepsake.
Yeah.
Oh man. It looks freaking great. Time to fly to Japan.
Yep.
Oh, pretty much. Yeah, I would definitely get some garlic knots and the burger for sure.
I mean, Universal Japan is easily the best one because they also have Resident Evil and One Piece stuff. So
Man.
that kind
Why
of
is it that,
wins
like,
by default.
When I was younger, I remember thinking of Universal Studios as being like, like D-tier Disney. I was just like, I don't want to go there. I want to go to the Disney park. That's where like Mickey Mouse and all his friends are. And nowadays I'm looking at Mickey and just being like, shove it.
Honestly,
Get the hell out of
I
here.
actually can't explain what changed.
I mean, people that actually run the show and like make the decisions for the companies and for the brand.
I unfortunately have to give credit to someone who probably I don't want to give credit or bring up, but unfortunately they are kind of a central part of the story. It's Harry
Okay.
Potter's fault.
Oh, fucking damn
Yeah.
it. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, the too long didn't read is that Harry Potter was going to be coming to theme parks. Initially, they went over to Disney and said, hey, Disney, build a Harry Potter theme park area in Disney parks because you're the best at making theme park stuff. And Disney said, how about no, actually, because who owns the Harry Potter movie license? That's right, it's not Disney, it's Warner Brothers. So we're not going to be advertising a competitor's product. And also, if we were to do this, we would just make like one little ride. We wouldn't base it off the movies that everyone knows. And basically, we'd completely screw it up. So the people who own Harry Potter said, okay, no. And then they went to Universal, and Universal, who was kind of D-tier Disney, realizing what they had, said, yes, we'll do whatever the hell you want. And so what they wanted was, we want an entire area that's movie accurate and basically is as canon to the movies as it can be, and we want to have this really cool, impressive ride that has this ride system that no one's done before. And Universal said, okay, yes, please, here's a blank check. And so they did that, and it was amazing. And it was so amazing that the head of Nintendo visited it, was really impressed by it, and then he met with Universal Creatives and said, hey, you want to do Nintendo stuff next? But that's the actual reason. It's because Satoru Iwata was really, really impressed by how well they did Harry Potter Land.
Well, damn.
Yep.
That makes me sad.
Yeah, and so because of that and all of the success that Harry Potter Land brought in, Universal brought in a lot of really, really talented, good theme park people, a lot of whom Disney had let go because Disney considers themselves too big to fail. And now Universal is reaping all the benefits and Disney is starting to suck. So,
what do you think about that, Walt?
Yep, that's where we're at now, and it's largely Harry Potter's fault. So that's how we got here.
I hate this 7 Degrees of Kevin Bacon game, and I want to be off it.
Yep.
Because there are too few degrees right now. I'm taking a look at some. So again, there's the Bubbly Barrel. Let me see the menu. Menu for the Bubbly Barrel is specialty beverages, DK Crush Float with mug tropical banana flavor.
That sounds good, actually.
Interesting. And then, well, interesting. Wait, so DK Crush Float tropical banana flavor is the difference that like one of them's got a mug and one of them doesn't?
I think so. I think one of them is you get to keep the mug.
Yeah, I'd probably.
Which is shaped like a barrel.
I'd pitch the money for the barrel. Let's be real. That's what you do. Wait, this is not a very filled up. This is not a very filled up menu because all that's here is DK Crush Float with mug tropical banana flavor, and then you move over to the regular beverages section. Premium bottled water. You want to add a few more beverages to the menu, maybe? Okay. And then there's Yoshi's Snack Island. Nestled in the base of Mount Beanpole is this cozy burrow where you can enjoy a variety of juices and fruit-based specialty beverages. That makes sense. It's Yoshi. So, the things that you can get here are... apparently there is a Koopa Troopa calzone, which, that sounds freaking awesome. You can choose between red shell or green shell calzone. The green shell is obviously vegan. You know, that's the vegetable one. Red shell one is Italian meat sauce and mozzarella cheese. Ah, kill me. And then we got, all right. Again, Yoshi's smoothies. No, there are no apple smoothies, Nova. There is like mango or apple melon. Either one of them I would go for. Mango puree and syrup, frozen with milk, chopped with whipped cream, mango syrup, and diced mango. And you get the exact basic thing except with, apple melon. Well, okay. You win this round, Nova. Oh, and then, Freestyle. Coca-Cola Freestyle souvenir cups. Bitter says, I haven't been mean to you in a while. And you throw the meanest fruit, which is an apple. How dare you? Super Mushroom drink, but I would, if I went to the if I went to Nintendo Land, I guarantee you, every single cup and everything that I like eat or drink out of, I'm keeping. Even if it's from a restaurant that requires you to hand the dishes back, I don't care. I'm stealing the plate.
Or even if it's like a cheap paper cup that just has a Mario sticker on it.
I would shrine that in like a glass box and never open it.
Yeah, definitely. I absolutely would as well. On the incredibly niche subject of Universal restaurants, there are 2 other restaurants that they opened recently in their newest park that look absolutely incredible.
Oh, yeah?
One of them is a pizza place called Pizza Moon. And the food they serve is like, it's pizza. So that's not particularly impressive because, it's a quick service pizza place. The main thing that's impressive is the theming and the decor, which looks like this.
Let me check out the picture real quick. I think, you talked... Oh, I remember you talked about this once in a group chat.
It looks really, really pretty.
Yeah. Oh, dude. remember you showed this picture, and I'm just like, holy tamale!
Yeah.
Guys, look at this. Anybody want to, like, ride share and go to Pizza Moon with me?
I'm down.
Wow!
Yeah, the entire theme of the restaurant is it's themed around that that classic movie From the Earth to the Moon.
I see.
And in this case, it's like moon pizza. It's really, really clever. I like that a lot.
Yeah. I like how, like, one of the awnings definitely has, like, you know, most of the moons on here, they just kind of look like cheese wedges, but, like, the ones on the side, those are, like, actual pepperoni pizzas.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. Man!
That's just really, really creative and pretty, and that's an awesome atmosphere to be in for a theme park.
And what's the vote on the actual quality of the pizza?
Pretty good, actually.
Okay. I'm assuming it costs an arm and a leg.
I mean, probably it's theme park food, but...
Ain't that how it always is? Dang it.
Yep, you're paying for the experience. You're not necessarily paying for the food.
Yeah, I'm trying to see... Let me take a gander at... Okay. I looked up some pictures of the actual, like, Pizza Moon pizza. Yeah, holy crap.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. Man, I need to... Hold on. I'm looking at it in the game PC. I should be looking this up on the stream PC. That way I can, like, show pictures easier. Pizza Moon Universal. Let's head over to the images section and just see what they got here. What is this? What kind of a pizza? The heck is this?
What is it?
Hold on. Let's all together try and identify what this this pizza is made out of, shall we? Okay, so I can tell that those are potato chips. What kind of potato chips are they, though?
Those are very much potato chips.
It almost looks like barbecue. Although I don't know. It can't be, right? What the heck is that red sauce on top? I definitely see some jalapenos. Not keen on that.
Jalapenos.
And then there's those like pink stringy things that kind of look like onions or something.
Okay,
Sun God says, okay, but why do I want to try it? Yeah!
I just pulled up the actual menu so I know what the answer key is for this.
Oh, all right, what is it?
That particular pizza is called the Space Cowboy. It contains barbecue sauce, rotisserie chicken, pickled red onions, Castle Levantro olives, and Lay's barbecue chips.
Okay, the fact that it's Lay's barbecue chips kind of makes me upset. They're just like,
That's
crack open a bag.
That's what it says it is. That's the only thing on this menu that has chips.
It couldn't have been like a different brand, or like, you know, God forbid, if I'm paying a premium price, couldn't they have come up with a means of making their own potato chips in house? I don't know. I'm picky. I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure you could ask for the chips to be removed and just order regular pizza too.
This is true.
But yeah, that pizza actually looks pretty good.
Hey, give me a link to that menu. I want to take a look at it.
Okay. It's straight from their website. I don't think they have any like pictures of the food, but they do describe all of the food.
Oh, hey, I'm fine with just reading it.
Oh, they also have baked pasta, salad, desserts, and you know other regular stuff like beer and wine that you would expect.
Yep. Well, what pizza place is complete without the salad bar, so you feel a little bit better about gorging yourself in pizza?
Yeah, and the ability to upcharge you for ridiculously expensive beer.
Yes. Okay, Here we go. Pizza Lunaire, roasted garlic, bechamel, fromage de lune, ricotta, pancetta, garlic confit, confit. I don't know how do you pronounce that word. Purple celestial ube crust. Ube!
Ube.
Holy shit! That's insane. Pizza Moon pepperoni. Tomato sauce, fromage de lune pepperoni. What? Okay.
I think that's just
That's
Cheese
just a pepperoni
I think that's
pizza.
just a pepperoni pizza.
Yeah, what? Stop throwing fancy words in here. What the heck? Harvest Moon. Tomato sauce, grilled and artichokes. Divina tomato roasted peppers. Castle Vetrano olives and arugula. All right.
That pizza sounds like it'll be pretty good, but I think they might need to change the name soon to Pizza of Seasons.
Oh.
I'm
I
sorry.
get it.
I'm sorry.
Giant mushroom, roasted garlic, bechamel, fromage de lune. What is fromage de lune? Is that just mozzarella or some shit?
I mean, according to Dexter's Laboratory, fromage means cheese, so I think that's just pizza from
Fromage de lune.
cheese from the moon.
Luna means moon, so probably cheese of the moon.
I'm looking this up. Fromage de lune. Is this anything? Okay, yeah, I'm fairly certain it's just cheese of the moon. Fancy bastards. Pizza lunaire, roasted garlic.
It's literally
bechamel.
just called moon cheese.
Good for them, I guess. All right. Pancetta, garlic, oh yeah, wait, I read that before. And then you talked about the space cowboy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, so they got baked pasta, salads, desserts, beverages, beer, wine, blah blah blah. What are the desserts they got? Brownie Eclipse, warm gooey brownie, Nutella. Okay, so you just covered that bastard in Nutella, all right. Toasted marshmallows and crushed Oreos. Oh, my
sounds
fucking
pretty good.
stomach. Jesus. Lunar phase cake, lemon olive oil cake, limoncello sabayon, God, blackberries, and raspberry crisps. Okay. So if you're not a fan of chocolate, there's an option for you.
The menu's not doing it justice. But look at the way it's designed.
Oh. Ah!
It looks like the moon. That's so cute.
I don't know. That specific image is reminding me of like all of the pictures that I see on Food Network whenever they're showing off like, ooh, here's a dessert that I made in 2 hours, and it's like the smallest crumb of a food.
Yeah. Or
Anyway.
like those like cooking shows where it's like, okay, everybody, today we're gonna learn how to make this particular type of cake. The first step is throw 40 ingredients into a bowl, mix it, and now I need to let it sit for 2 days in the refrigerator. And you, who's been trying to make this recipe and has been waiting and is following it, is like, what? And then the person says, thankfully, I did that 2 days ago, so now I'm ready for the next step. What? I'm not. It's that.
Yeah, that's right. I mean,
Yeah.
the good news is that the best case scenario in that situation is that by the time you take it out of the refrigerator, it's done.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, yeah, in the scenario you're painting, your cooking situation is over.
Yeah.
Let's see. So that's the desserts. What kind of beverages they got? Okay, yeah, so they've got Coke, premium water, 2% milk, chocolate milk, Minute Maid. That makes sense. All the basics. I'm a sucker for those freestyle machines, though. Like, I'll be real.
Also, this is that brownie eclipse. This is what that looks like.
See that? Like, I was just gonna say, I like that, but then I'm like, that kind of just looks like somebody dookied all over like a patch of grass and gravel, and
It's a lot of sugar.
it's a lot of sugar. Yeah. All right. Well, I don't know. You guys be the judge. Here's the image.
Does this look appetizing or does it look like a dookie? Please tell. Place your
Very
bets.
unhealthy dookie. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that, Chief. This does remind me, I saw a video on TikTok recently of somebody who made like s'mores cookies. Bitter Comedy says,
Aren't
smash.
s'mores like already
Look,
cookies?
I'm gonna be real. Bitter Comedy, I would. Like, I'm not gonna pretend I'm not above this. But I do look at it, and the first thing I think is like, you could have done a little bit better for presentation. Sun God says, I don't even want to know what I'm looking at. Let me.
I'd still eat it.
Let me give the description again. Whoa! Oh, wait. Hold on. We need some. We need something for this. Warm, gooey brownie, Nutella, toasted marshmallows, and crushed Oreos. Yeah.
I'd still
Look,
eat it.
I'd eat it. Let's be real. Looks unappealing from the front, but the taste is all that matters. Yeah. What bothers me is that this is going to be stupidly expensive. This looks like something that I would throw together as a bachelor chow meal. For like $7. Just be like, digging through my cupboard, just being like, oh god, what do I got in here? Oh, okay.
What's edible? Marshmallows.
Here's an old, like, Little Debbie's cake. All right, let's put some chocolate sauce on here, crush some Oreos up, throw some marshmallows on. I don't know. Here's a blowtorch. There you go. It's gourmet. Again, I could do that like for $7, and this thing's gonna be 30. You know that.
No, but for this food, I think we need to go beyond the blowtorch. We need something even more powerful.
Oh, do tell. Ah. Yeah, agreed. We're going a little bit too hi-fi here. We need to go back to the basics.
We need to go straight to the source.
To be fair, I'm gonna bring. Actually, wait. I'm gonna bring up that picture of the cake again. Is it just me? That cake actually does have sort of the size and the what I remember to be the consistency of an Easy Bake Oven cake.
Yep.
Blech. Thank you for the soda to wash this down with. Yeah, I don't know about this. You probably could just throw a bunch of marshmallows on top of an Easy Bake Oven cake and, it would probably come out the exact same way.
Probably.
Oh, what the heck, man. Yeah, I don't know about this. Pizza Moon, I feel like you could improve on that.
I do like.
What was that?
They do have one other restaurant at Universal that I actually do think looks really, really good, and the food I think does a bit better on presentation than maybe Pizza Moon does.
Okay.
So the restaurant is called Das Steakhouse, and it takes place in the Dark Universe section of the park. So that's the area themed around all the classic Universal horror monsters like Dracula, Frankenstein's monster, the Invisible Man, stuff like that.
I've just looked up a picture.
And so the theme of this one is it's a steakhouse that's run by a bunch of vampires. And so the vampire people happen to be your waiters. So the reason why they're serving you all this delicious, amazing food is because they're trying to fatten you up so that way you can be their next meal later.
As somebody who is not a big fan of fatty meats, that doesn't seem like a good idea. But I'm not a fan.
That's just the story that they give you. I'm sure the food isn't actually gonna do that, but that's the story they came up with, and this is what the inside of the actual restaurant looks like. It's all gothic and basically looks like it's straight out of Castlevania.
I went and I found a picture. Let me throw this up here on the screen. Oh, oops. I resized something I wasn't trying to. Jesus. Oh my god. That is so cool.
That is super rad. I really like that one a lot.
Look at the tops of the chairs.
Mm-hmm.
It's got bats on it and stuff. Ooh. That guy doesn't look very happy to be there. He's just like, where the heck is my food? My wallet is going to be hurting by the end of this trip.
Yeah, that place looks awesome.
Carl Weezer? What? Who? Where? I didn't see Carl. And what other here? Hold on a second. What foods at Das Steakhouse are there? There's super expensive steaks that don't look worth it. Oh, okay. I'm gonna hold on a second. Let me pull up this picture here, because this looks very macabre and interesting. Here's a sample of like some of the food that they've got at this place. So already you can see it.
Here's their dinner brownie.
Yeah, okay. I got a picture of the dinner brownie up here as well. So you can see in the back there's that, like, there's a steak with, like, you know, a stick in it telling you, like, oh, this is a steak, medium well, what, whatever.
It's a wooden steak through the heart of the dish.
Very nice. And then that looks like some sort of, like, potato patty or something. That's, like, in the shape of a skull. I'm not entirely sure what that is, but, like, I don't know. Probably the vegetarian option. And then, like, yeah, right here, like, you know, that weird brown looking thing is the dessert, and that's like the chocolate brownie thing.
It's
I like
called
that
the Red
because like
Velvet
it looks like there's like little maggots sitting around on it.
Yeah, it's actually puffed rice, but it's supposed to look like maggots, which is fun.
That's spooky. I'm a little disappointed that they got a brown drink. I feel like it should have been blood red.
I'm sure you could probably order a blood red drink.
Probably. There's got to be a mixer somewhere around here.
Yeah.
All right, so the food looks like it's on brand for the most part. Or is that like chicken? I think that looked like chicken wings on that other plate that I had up there. Ooh, all right, you got the menu up?
Yeah, I found the menu.
Let me see. What do we have for the menu? Das Steakhouse. All right, so for entrees, we got Das Burger. Of course. Tomato pepper chutney, dill pickle aioli, white cheddar cheese, grilled onions, hot cherry peppers, jalapeno bacon on an artisan bun with fries. You had me until the jalapeno bacon. Because, like, again, fun fact for anybody in the house, I actually don't like the taste of jalapenos.
I don't like jalapenos either.
Yeah. There's like a funk to them.
I mean, I'm sure you can just order that and then just say, hold the bacon, and they'll be fine with it.
But it's bacon!
The bacon.
Okay, then
it's
put the bacon.
jalapenos.
Put the bacon on the side. It's a bonus side dish. There you go.
I'm so conflicted. Blood orange chicken sandwich. Okay. Flash fried marinated chicken breast, blood orange sauce, pickles with a familiar slaw. Okay, is that a term that I don't know about? What the heck is a familiar slaw?
I don't know, but it sounds familiar.
On an artisan bun with fries.
The slaw.
Slaw! Favorite vegan familiars stuffed cabbage. Okay, impossible stuffed cabbage. Beet bucatini? Is that how you say that?
I think so.
In a bell pepper tomato sauce. Carved stock steak. Is anybody hungry?
I mean, it's good that they have a vegan option because, like, it's a steakhouse. So if you have to go there and bring your one vegan friend, it's nice that they got them covered.
Right. And then they give you like a 1-star review on Yelp.
Yeah. I mean, what'd you expect? You're a vegan going to a steakhouse. Okay.
It's like it's like walking into like a furniture store and just being like, "Where the heck's the milk?"
Walking into a soup store with the intention of buying clothing.
Yeah.
Why are you buying clothes at the soup store?
Exactly.
Oh, here we go. Darkmoor black wings. I think that's what I was looking at previously. Darkmoor spicy chili dusted fry wings with a smoked cheddar, charred scallions, pimento cornbread. There it is! Pimento cornbread skull!
Yep, that's what it was. That's what that skull was next to it. So that's got to be the order.
Yeah. There we go. Soy chili garlic sauce served with a familiar slaw. Who is making slaws that are familiar here? Is this a deja vu situation? I've seen this slaw before.
Probably the Colonel.
I don't remember getting Slaw as like a familiar in Symphony of the Night. Maybe it was an area that I missed or I didn't hit the right wall, but I don't know.
Yeah, right. You just hit the wall and it just like gives you like a bag of lettuce.
I'm looking for slaw, but all I find is pot roast. Okay.
The name sounds familiar, but I know for a fact that I've never eaten there, says Nova. Well, this looks like it would have been like a little bit more upscale. Just a little bit.
This is one of the fancier restaurants at the park.
There's a forager salad, so yeah. More stuff in the event you don't want to eat something that bled at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Maitake mushrooms, acorn squash, red beets, blue cheese, arugula, and beeb lettuce tossed in a blueberry pomegranate dressing with a grilled chicken steak. Oh, okay, never mind. Also, I do love grilled chicken steak spelled with an S-T-A-K-A. Ha ha ha. Fish. Oh, steaks. Here we go. So if you don't want to have a, steak, S-T-E-A-K, you can have a steak, an S-T-A-K-E, which is basically just like a kebab. Fish, bird, or a thing called bits and pieces. This is just the kebab menu. All right, there we go. And then we got desserts. Labata coda, Greek yogurt, vanilla, panna cotta, brain with raspberry sauce. I believe I made this before, and it was with that, the creepy ooey gooey machine that I had when I was a kid. Creepy creatures. Was that what it said? I could make this, just like, funny gooey brain with raspberry sauce. I've done that. Been there. Red velvet heart beet coffin cake with a chocolate crumb thing and puffed rice maggots. Yeah, there we go.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. We got
for that restaurant.
We got specialty beverages here. Souvenir monocane mocktail. All right. Only one of these things is an actual cocktail. Okay. And it's the Darkmoor Merry cocktail. So is that like a hold on a second. Honey pepper. So the Merry cocktail is Nemirov honey pepper vodka, Ancho Reyes Barrica Chile liqueur, Szechuan chili oil, Chipotle and barrel essence, house-made bloody mix, Fee Brothers lemon bitters, Cholula, topped with cheddar cold bites, piri-piri olives, jalapeno bacon, and celery stuff. What the heck kind of a drink we drinking here? That sounds like a full course meal right there.
I don't think I have a whole lot to contribute to the conversation.
Oh, that's totally fine.
I gotta take off.
Oh, okie dokie.
Have a good night.
Yeah, party on. Have a good one.
Oh yeah. See you next week, probably.
Alrighty.
Maybe sometime before. It is Liberty Day after all.
Ooh, Liberty Day. Hold on a second. What day is Liberty
Divers!
Day? What? I've lost.
Oh, it's a reference to Helldivers 2.
Oh, understood. I haven't played nearly enough Helldivers.
We should play at some point.
Maybe. I'm so embarrassed. I'm so low level.
I'm in chat every day. You're welcome to join.
Okay. I will try to get over my my fear of social activity. All right then. Oh, have a very good night.
Good night. You too.
Nova says, I thought of something slightly off topic, but basically, in Universal Orlando, there's a little area that's like SpongeBob's house that's just some SpongeBob merch. But if I remember correctly, I think they have Nickelodeon Studios and stuff like that. So if they still have some of their rights of Nickelodeon, they could hypothetically reopen Nickelodeon Studios or something similar. No.
That's not happening. Nickelodeon signed a deal with a different hotel chain, and I don't think that they're going to be partnering with that.
Nah. I mean, like, the Nickelodeon Studios was a really cool idea and concept way back when, but I don't think there's any particular reason why they would make a new studio location. It doesn't sound lucrative, especially not where, like, I feel like Nickelodeon has only just managed to get themselves out of, like, you know, the whole of unfortunate stuff that they've been dealing with over, like, you know, the last decade. And you know, the hell that is SpongeBob. That, you know, it's still there, but I feel like they've only just recently started to get themselves you know, right themselves and right the ship a little bit with, like, you know, good cartoons, good specials, and I don't necessarily think it's time to, like, flaunt your money or, like, flaunt stuff. Hello, there's a Shoop in here.
I hear you're talking about Disney World.
Yeah, we're talking about Disney World.
We're talking about Disney World, and we're also talking about Nick Hotels and the Nickelodeon studio that was at Universal. And Nick Hotels do still exist. They're just not located in the United States. They're located in, like, the Caribbean and Mexico.
Not surprised.
But that's where Nickelodeon is currently putting their time and attention. I don't think they're going to go back to, like, Universal anytime soon.
They got their own place with blackjack and hookers.
Yeah.
I mean, not that, but yeah, they have their own place.
I do like that one picture. Hold on a second. Oh man, can I get a larger picture of that?
Okay, I lied. I'm back.
Picture of what now?
Oh, hey, how's it going, Kyle?
Everybody else literally left as soon as I joined.
Oh,
Yeah, we were
darn.
like, screw this guy. He wants to actually be here after abandoning us. Fine.
So I chased Bush here.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Here,
I just actually had a little bit of fun messing with demo Cloudheim.
Cloudheim?
Yeah.
What is that?
Bit of an open world game. Take a little bit of, let's see, a little bit of a, I don't want to say it's a base building, but you got like a home base where you gather the supplies and you sell the items. Cute little creatures will help maintain your base. But you go out in the world, think kind of Zelda-esque or Breath of the Wild-esque. Go out to the areas, there's creatures you fight. You can get, there is a loose class-based system that you can actually mix and match your abilities to whatever you like. Whether you actually like to launch the enemies up the air and play volleyball with them, to just full on running into the group and just playing whack-a-mole with them. Ability that everyone has is you can actually use a whip to actually grab enemies and pull them towards you, and you can also kick them in return. So the combat is actually pretty fluid, I'll say.
What was that
Even though
one
this
game?
is
That reminds me of shoot, what was it? It was
nice
like
bloody shooter game.
what now?
It was a nice
Kinda
shooter game.
Yeah, it was like a first-person shooter game. What was that? There was like a very similar mechanic in that game. It didn't go anywhere, unfortunately. Like the game came out and everyone was like disappointed, despite the fact that they were advertising, just being like, "We're gonna be super awesome and cool, and like look at all the cool shit we can do."
That's-
And then
Splitstream?
Bulletstorm.
Or Splitgate or something?
no, it wasn't Splitstream.
Bulletstorm.
I think it was Bulletstorm. Yeah. No, I remember. So if you don't remember what Bulletstorm is, it was like this one FPS game that was advertised a while back. I think it was made by 3D Realms or like maybe adjacent, possibly. No, was it? Am I
Bulletstorm
thinking
came out in
wrong?
2011.
Oh, I think they did a cross promotion with Duke Nukem, if memory serves me right.
Ouch.
Bulletstorm attempted to try and make a really cool FPS game with really cool mechanics, and from what I hear, it was actually really good, but not a heck of a lot of people actually played it. And I remember the advertising campaign because the advertising campaign was making fun of all of the first-person shooter games that had been coming out over the years. Like, you know, all of the gray, boring, like, super realistic ones. They released a demo that was, like, called Duty Calls. And, like, it was just, like, a linear corridor where you ran through, like, you know, a war-torn area in the Middle East or something. And then every once in a while, an enemy would pop out, and they'd just be like, I am an enemy. And then you shoot them.
I am an enemy too.
I am an enemy too. I am also an enemy.
Shoots the player in a cutscene. His screen gets all bloody. Bloody screen! So
bloody
real.
Screen! So real. And then, you know, the jam eventually wears off on your vision and you keep walking. And then, like, you know, the very final bit was just like, you know, I am big terrorist boss. You cannot defeat me. And then your main character goes, surrender now, enemy terrorist boss. And he's just like, okay, you win. And then American flags show up and you see, like, you know, like streamers and fireworks and like, and then the demo ends and it's just like boring. And then you you know, see the actual gameplay for Bulletstorm. That didn't age well, because Bulletstorm didn't end up succeeding. Meanwhile, Call of Duty still exists to this day.
Unfortunate.
Which is sad, but you know.
Yeah.
I'll actually admit I did manage to get to play the Bulletstorm game, and but it was at least amusing for the combat of what you could do. But other than that, I don't remember.
I saw some Let's Plays of it back in the day, and like it definitely had some really fun gameplay loops, but yeah, it didn't really go anywhere, unfortunately. Okay, before I forget here, I'm on the website for Nick Resorts, and I saw this picture right here. Can I just have that SpongeBob? That is amazing.
That is a pretty cool SpongeBob.
I don't know where the heck I would put it, but wow. It's sad that, like, the building itself is kind of neat, but why do all, like, the Nickelodeon, like, hotel buildings have to have, like... I don't know, it's just, like... It's kind of just... It looks like a resort. It's a very fancy resort, don't get me wrong, but, like, it's just a resort.
I mean, that's what it is. It's literally a Nickelodeon hotel resort.
I guess. My mind is poisoned by old Nickelodeon 90s stuff, where Nickelodeon's 90s era was like
golden age.
It's the golden age where everything was super ridiculously colorful and like angular and like very very stylized and slanted. I don't know. This looks a little bit too modern and it just looks like a hotel to me. You know,
it's not an international incident if we don't tell anyone. There are a lot of Canadians in the world. Who's gonna miss 3?
The fuck you going on about?
I'm playing Pacific Drive and my fax machine came up with that transmission fragment.
That is a really unhinged thing to just say in the voice call.
Oh, come on. It was hilarious.
Out of context, it's just like, are you alright?
That's why I said it. Because
Nova says, I wish I could have experienced that Nickelodeon Golden Age. I mean, you still can. Like, the videos still exist, and you can look up, like, old commercials that have been recording on VHS. Like, you can piece it together. You just can't experience it as it happens. I don't know.
Yeah, all that exists, I'm afraid, are videos and memories.
Mm-hmm. It's funny watching videos on YouTube from somebody who, like, clearly only just, like, recorded their TV feed via, like, an old VHS tape that has, like, worn down over the years.
Mm-hmm.
A random aside. I noticed, like, while I was scrolling down the Nick Resorts webpage, right at the bottom of the page, there is a hashtag Nick Resorts thing. And then that reminded me of something. I saw some news recently about a change that's about to happen to Twitter, or the celebrity once known as Twitter, formerly known. They're actually changing the way that posts are going to be found on Twitter. Instead of hashtags and having it sent to you via like the Twitter algorithm, they're changing the algorithm out entirely to like Grok, essentially. I guess like Grok is going to scan all of the posts that are posted on Twitter and feed you tweets based on whatever it thinks you want.
That sounds like a recipe for absolute disaster.
Oh, it does. It sounds awful.
That kind of sounds like it is
Unhinged.
like, I don't know. It might actually give me what I want, but what if it's actually what I didn't realize that I wanted?
This is like, I've woken up to a new thing. I'm trying to think of something that's like innocuous that I could say here, but I can't.
New fetish unlocked. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, oh, sideways glance, just like,
All right, I gotta go deal with something, so I'll be mute for a bit.
Okay,
Okie dokie.
see you soon.
Ooh, window sound. Pierce just posted this in the chat here. Here's another picture of that SpongeBob.
Yep.
This,
That's the sponge.
good lord. Oh, oops. I'm resizing something that I'm not trying to. God, there we go. I don't know, there's something very, like, atmospheric about this image. Like, the sun is at just the right spot that it's giving him sort of a glow. Kind of like that. Nova says, Nick at Night exists, so no one at my school knows what I'm talking about, except for a few of my teachers. Yeah, that sounds about right. Because your teachers would have been in they would have been the demographic that would have seen Nick at Night. Actually, no. No, now that I think about it, no, they wouldn't be. Teachers nowadays would have been the kids that would have gone to sleep during Nick at Night. God, time, can you stop moving? Oh, that hurts my brain. That hurts my head.
That hurts my soul.
Because, like, if Nick at Night still existed nowadays, which I don't think it does, it would be appropriate for somebody of, like, my age or somebody who is within... No! Come to think of it, no, it'd be good for somebody who is, like, in their 20s. Oh, and for somebody like me, I probably would be more attuned to TV land. God, kill me. That is to say that anybody would actually watch television nowadays. Let's be real. I'm not gonna lie. I was at a doctor's office. Actually, I was taking like several trips to the doctor's office, like basically routinely every couple of weeks for a while back. And one of the things that I kind of got used to at one point was I would be sitting in the waiting room and they would always, on one of the TVs in the corner, have marathons of The Price is Right. And I'm talking like old school Price is Right. Like they had, it's like Price is Right from back in like the 70s or 80s. And I was sitting there just being like, I'm kind of getting into this. Especially, if you've ever watched like The Price is Right from back in the 80s, heck, like even the Price is Right back in like the 80s, 70s, I think it was around during the 60s as well. It's weird to see the brands that still exist and also the brands that don't exist anymore. Because you'll see stuff that just be like, oh, Barbasol, I know Barbasol. That exists, that's on the shelf. And then you'll see something like Fugly Wugglies, and you'll be like, what the fuck is that? It's just like, oh, it's a type of chocolate candy. And you're just being like, never heard of it. Carl says, a few years ago, they had Nick at Night on their sister channel, Teen Nick or whatever it was called. That's another thing too. Teen Nick. Is Teen Nick its own independent channel now? I remember that was just like a programming block. Oh, Nova's saying there's a Nickelodeon channel for teenagers. Don't get excited. As somebody who grew up in the era, do not get your hopes up.
The only difference is they don't have
Teen Nick. Teen Nick basically is comprised of a bunch of the live-action schlock that Nickelodeon was giving out for like a long time there. Now, some of it was good. I'm not gonna say that it was all bad. All right, like Drake and Josh, that was decent. A lot of the elements of iCarly, cool. Everything after that just kind of went sideways. I'm just gonna say, that's my opinion. Oh, like live action, Loud House or Henry Danger? No, earlier than that, before any of that stuff existed. Don't know if Henry Danger was Disney. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. Hi. Yeah, no. I feel like they hit a success with Drake and Josh, and then they all looked at each other and went, "Wait, formula." And then they just stuck with that for a really long period of time. And they thought to themselves just being like, "Ooh, hey, we can grow a community of teenage audience with this." And then people were just like, "Please stop."
No, you really can't.
No, you shouldn't. No. The thing you were good at was the cartoon element of things. And also, you know, fun. Well, all right. It's not that Nickelodeon was like bad at live action, because like they did have some pretty good live action shows on the channel for a while there. But like, I don't know. It's like it's like they changed out directors for these live action shows, and then like things got very bland toast. I hate sitcoms. I cannot stand sitcoms. Maybe that's just my personal issue with it. I hate shows that have like canned laughter that are basically just like, "Please laugh. See, this joke was funny." Ha ha ha. And you're just like, no, it honestly wasn't. It's kind of lame, kind of stupid. Can you not put laughter on there? It feels very forceful. Nova says, I almost always thought it was mainly just Drake and Josh. Only live action show from the time. Only the reason why I ever knew that existed is because there was some weird crossover with Yo Gabba Gabba. I never heard about that. What? That's weird. Carl says there were so many failed live TV show sitcoms that Nickelodeon made. They were strange at times. Let me fall down a little bit of a rabbit hole here real quick. I'm going to look up live action Nickelodeon shows. Okay, well, there's a fandom site. Oh, fandom. I hate you, fandom. All right. So this is chronological from the year that it released. So I think some of these shows were not like exclusively Nickelodeon, but like they, Nickelodeon premiered them on their channel when they were still like early on, and they bought the rights to show certain shows on their channel at one point. What do we got here? There's the show Hey Dude, which if you don't know, that was like a cowboy. Well, not cowboy. It was like a show of a bunch of like people on a ranch, basically. It's a bunch of kids on a ranch. Clarissa Explains It All. I remember that one. Salute Your Shorts. What a weird show that was. I remember that one. Camp Anawana. Are You Afraid of the Dark? Which is funny because I remember that show was really spooky when I was younger, and then I watched an episode like I think 5 years ago, and I was like, wait a minute. This isn't that bad. The heck is Wienerville? I've completely forgotten that one. The Adventures of Pete and Pete. I remember Pete and Pete. Yep. All That. Goated. Absolutely. All That is like one of the best ones. Holy shit. If you didn't watch All That, I feel bad for you. Come to think of it, earlier, not too long ago, over in the Discord channel, I posted a video to the general chat because I was like, this is too important not to post in the general chat. Oh, hey, somebody reacted to it. Spooky did. Hey, very nice. Anyway, so I posted a thing over in our general chat. There was a video that was recently released by this group called We Believe, and it is a collective that is vying for the existence of libraries in the country. And they got together with Lori Beth Dimberg. And if you don't know who Lori Beth Dimberg is, she is a very famous person who used to star in All That as one of the characters, a part of the cast. And she had a lot of very big shows, or like skits on that show. A few of them, like, I think, like, you know, Advice with Lori Beth, like Advice for Your Everyday Life. There was, I'm trying to think of some other ones. Oh, jeez. It's been a while since I've watched All That. One of them that she did, though, was she was like a librarian, and the entire point of the bit was she would be the loudest librarian ever. She would just be screaming in the library and yelling at people at like top volume. And then somebody would like sneeze or something. And then she'd walk up to them and blow a whistle and she would be like, "Quiet! This is a library!" It's a stupid freaking bit, but like it's a freaking great bit, like in hindsight. They had her reprise her role as the librarian from the library skit for this. It's basically a big old PSA on saving libraries. And she's being like, hey, if you want to support your local library, go and vote in your local polls. Talk to your representatives. You know, get loud. Talk to them about how important the library is. And I was just like, that's so wholesome and awesome. I love it. And I really appreciate it. Like, I'm so happy that Lori Beth is still around and like doing stuff. Good Lord. It's been so many years since I've seen her. Let's see. The Secret World of Alex Mack. I remember that one. It was a show where, like, it was about, like, some girl who had the ability to basically turn into liquid metal and melt. Don't ask me. I have no idea.
Yeah, that checks out.
The Mystery Files of Shelby Woo. I don't remember anything about it. I just remember the name. Kenan and Kel. Hell yeah, that show is awesome. Kenan Thompson and Kel Mitchell were two people that were on All That got their own show spinoff, and their show spinoff was freaking great. And that was that show. Dude, what the hell are these freaking... The Journey of Alan Strange. I remember that show existing, but what the fuck? Like, huh? So many of these shows, like, you know, The Journey of Alex Strange, The Mystery Files of Shelby Woo, The Secret World of Alex Mack. Like, what is this formula? The Adventures of Pete and Pete. There was a whole lot of that going on in Nickelodeon where they're just like, here's the story of this random teenage character. Cousin Skeeter, which was basically like a show about these like cousin characters, except one of them was a puppet. Don't ask me how, I don't know why. They ran an Animorphs TV series at one point. Here's one that hurts, and I remember this one very clearly. 100 Good Deeds for Eddie McDowd. Is there anybody in here that remembers that one, or am I all alone?
I vaguely remember seeing the name somewhere.
Well, I'm thankful that you vaguely remember it. I remember that show. If you don't know the premise of 100 Good Deeds for Eddie McDowd, there is a kid who gets bullied by a bully in school, and then I think the kid wishes that, like, some sort of revenge on the bully or something. Maybe not. Actually, I think it was... What happens is the bully ends up bullying this, like, homeless-looking guy. As it turns out, this homeless-looking guy is this incredibly magical shaman weird guy. Like, I don't know. Basically a modern shaman. Or, like, somebody that has mystical powers. And the mystical man turns the guy into a dog. And then, to add, like, insult to injury, he makes it so that the only person that can understand him and can hear him talk is the last kid that he made fun of. And so now he's got to go to, like, this one kid that he bullied and basically be like, "Hi, I'm a dog, and I don't know how to turn back. Please help me." And so the bit is, oh, Phoenix disconnected. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Anyway, so the bit is, so Eddie has to basically learn to be a good person and do 100 good deeds. And after he does 100 good deeds, he will turn back to a regular human being. And I remember this series because this show, there would be one good deed that he does every single episode. Essentially. Do you know how many episodes there were? According to this Wikipedia, 40.
Dang, that was close.
Eddie never becomes a human again.
Darn.
So,
And
That's
it's a lesson he will learn to the end of time.
yeah. I remember there was an episode of that show where it was kind of fucked up, where they mentioned that, like, hey, did you know that dogs age faster than humans? And he's just like, wait, hold on a second. So, like, it's been a year since I've been turned into a dog. So that means I've aged 7 years in human years? And just like, yeah. It's just like, fuck. Fuck you, buddy.
Wait a minute. Did they shoot this show with a live dog?
Yeah, a live dog.
They broke the second rule of showbiz.
What?
Never or don't work with animals
Why?
because they always misbehave. They never do what you want them to do on camera, and it takes too long.
Yeah. No, well, there is a point to that. Because if you've got, like, it's hard to do stage directions for, like, a dog.
Similar to the first rule of showbiz: don't work with kids.
Oh, what? Dude, you're asking a lot for, like, a kids-based television programming block.
I don't know.
All right. Next show on the list here is The Amanda Show. There's a classic one. Amanda was another person that was a part of the cast of all that, and she got her own show spinoff. In fact, The Amanda Show was one of the first places that people met Drake and Josh, who eventually had their own show, and that's where hell began. So, you can thank Amanda Bynes for that one. I'm not sure where Amanda Bynes is nowadays, but I've heard bad things, so that kind of makes me sad. There's a show, Caitlin's Way. I only remember the name. I don't remember anything about it. The Brothers Garcia. Again, I remember the name. Don't remember anything else about it. Noah Knows Best. Don't know Noah, and I don't know... he don't know me. Taina.
The guy who built the Ark, wasn't he?
What now?
He was the guy who built the Ark, wasn't he?
Yes, let's just go with that. The Nick Cannon Show. I remember Nick Cannon, but I don't remember exactly what his show was about. Oh, apparently Nick Cannon was a part of all that. I forgot about that.
I thought Nick Cannon was a subdivision of Nickelodeon.
What? No.
Anytime I heard that as a kid, I always thought it was a subdivision.
No. Wait a minute. I think I remember this now. The premise of the semi-scripted show was that its star, Nick Cannon, a former cast member of All That, would come across a situation that he thought needed changing and then take over to make things better, or at least funnier. Okay. I think I remember this. There was like there was an episode where like he went to like this kid's school and basically said, "Hey, this school is lame. I'm taking over." And then for a day, the entire school was basically just like a goofy thing run by Nick Cannon and Nickelodeon. Yeah, it was okay. It wasn't great, but I don't remember. It's not something that I would write home about. In Harry Potter, the kids playing Harry and Ron actually ate all the candy on the train scene and both had sugar rushes. I can believe it. But that's why you have like a spit cup in Hollywood productions. Because like if you have to constantly eat candy or constantly eat food, you're going to get very sick. So, anyway, let's see. Oh, the show Romeo? I think Romeo was based on that one singer, Little Romeo, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I remember that. Don't remember it well, but I remember it. Ah, there it is, Drake and Josh. That's when the hell began, 2004. Awesome. Surprisingly, it had 57 episodes. I figured it would have more than that. Okay, but then that's when you saw a lot of kids shows start like popping into the ether. Some of them were fine. Some of them were just like, why? And keep in mind, this might be my own personal bias. Maybe it was just the fact that I was getting older and like I was too old for Nick at this point. It could be. I don't know. We got Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide. I remember vaguely that show. Yeah, no, I vaguely remember it. I don't remember much about it aside from like, the nerdy kid with the glasses. I remember Ned and the fact that he had a survival guide for, I don't know, every once in a while he would do like narrations out of nowhere.
That's Declassified School Survival Guide.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was okay. Thought it was pretty good. His nerd friend that had like the cyber glasses I thought were really cool, and I always wanted ones. And then Google Glass came out, and I was just like, oh, never mind, I don't want that.
Mm-hmm.
There's a show called Unfabulous. I don't remember much about that. Zoe 101. Oh dear. There's controversy stirred up in that one. Zoe 101 stars, I think Jamie Lynn Spears, if I remember correctly, who is the sister of Britney Spears, which the entire Spears family situation was like kind of an unfortunate one. You know, like Britney Spears got like way too much attention in pop culture and like basically became a deity for a while. And that put a lot of strain on her brain. And then you got Jamie Lynn Spears, who's just like, hey, your sister, a famous person. Come on in. We want you to do like we want you to be famous as well and, get big and all that jazz. Unfortunately, I remember there was controversy with the show when I think Jamie ended up getting like pregnant at one point. While she was like doing like the recordings for the show, and I think the show was canceled due to that. Could be wrong about that, but like I believe that's the case of what that was. I remember it was like a major controversy where they're just like, what? I mean, you're way too young for that. Holy shit. And also you're probably on contract to like, be very wholesome for Nickelodeon. I know you're not exactly like you're not a Disney kid, but like you are still a kid on a major network, so
not good. Come on. There's absolutely nothing wrong, and it is quite wholesome of actually wanting to have a family. They just wanted to talk about the 1, 2, 3 steps.
I mean, no. No. Not when you're a teenager. Not when a teenager you're not. Ow. Oh, the show Mr. Meaty, I remember that. Although I don't know why it's being lumped in here with the live action stuff, because that show is like creepy and it doesn't really fit the theme. If you don't know what Mr. Meaty is, you're probably better off. It's basically a disgusting show with a bunch of puppets. Like, intentionally gross puppets that work at a fast food place. I remember it. Like, and I remember it just, like, freaking me out.
I think that SpongeBob would be enough for a show that takes place in a fast food place.
Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it? The Naked Brothers Band. I never watched it. Never cared for it, really. I don't care all that much. iCarly. It's got its fans, and I've seen some episodes, and it's kind of just like... It's more Drake and Josh, basically. It's not bad. Although, wait a minute. iCarly had 196 episodes? What the fuck? I didn't know that.
Didn't they bring it back a few years ago, too?
Did they?
I think they did.
What the hell? Jesus. That is way too many episodes of... Dude, Drake and Josh had 57. What the heck? That's weird. I didn't know. All right. Big Time Rush. Don't know. Victorious. Don't know. Bucket and Skinner's Epic Adventure. I don't know. Fred the Show. Burn it. Kill
Burn
with
it.
fire. I don't care what you say. Nope. Carl says they did a reboot of iCarly. Now, was it a reboot, or was it like, did they bring everybody back for a reunion series?
I think it was a reunion series.
That makes sense. There's just a lot of shows here that I see. This is the point where I just let go of Nickelodeon. Like, I didn't watch much of anything at all. So, how many of these do I recognize? How to Rock. Meh. I don't know. Marvin? Don't know. Wendell and Vinny? Have no idea. Sam and Cat? Wait. Is Sam and Cat, aren't they characters from iCarly? Hold on a second. Hold on. Oh, yeah, it's a spinoff of iCarly and Victorious. Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay, I remember that one existed. But it's got only 36 episodes, so I don't think it did well. Haunted Hathaways, I don't know. The Thundermans, I don't know what that is either. Every Which Way, which spelled, W-I-T-C-H. I don't know. Henry Dagger, no clue. Nicky, Ricky, Dickie, and Dawn. I don't know. Max and Shred. 100 Things to Do Before High School. Okay, here's a lesson that I think Nickelodeon needs to learn. Don't name a series after a certain number of things that are going to happen. You are setting yourself up for failure. And as it says here, 100 Things to Do Before High School. Episodes 25.
Yeah, they just do like 4 things in each one.
Okay.
Do they actually?
Maybe that's how it works. It just seems like it's a bad idea. Okay, there was 100 Good Deeds for Eddie McDowd. There was 100 oh god, I've lost my place. 100 Things to Do Before High School. Like, no, don't name your series that. Anyways, Bella and the Bulldogs. Don't recognize that. Make It Pop. Don't recognize that. By all means, if anybody in the chat recognizes this, feel free to point a finger up and be like, wait, actually.
Mhm.
Talia in the Kitchen. cooking show. Weird. Game Shakers. No, but that reminds me of Nick Arcade. No, I'm sad. Anyway. Wits Academy. School of Rock. The Other Kingdom. Legendary Dudas. What the heck is a Dudas? Hunter Street. I Am Frankie.
It's the weird off-brand version of Adidas, hosted by a dude bro.
By a dude. Callie's Mashup. Night Squad. Star Falls. Cousins for Life. There was a reboot of Are You Afraid of the Dark? Ooh. That's kind of neat. Tyler Perry's Young Dylan. Why?
I think they did a movie based on, like, Legends of the Forbidden Temple.
Oh, yeah, Legends of the Hidden Temple. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, that's it.
And they even got the dude who voiced Olmec to come back and voice Olmec again, which was freaking awesome.
Nice.
Oh, they had Kirk Fogg make an appearance, who was like the host of the show. He was like, you know, the person who was kind of the tour guide for the place, essentially. You know, he would come in, swing on a rope, and just be like, "Hey, I'm Kirk Fogg, and I'm your tour guide for this park. Yay, let's go, people." It's like a rundown park person, which I think that was kind of a funny funny twist on it. Danger Force, Side Hustle. Oh, wait, Carl says, I recognize Haunted Hathaway. I enjoyed it as a teen, but not sure how good it actually is since it's been a bit since I watched it. I also enjoyed the Thundermans. All right. Again, I was out of the loop when it came to Nickelodeon at this point, so, yeah. Goldie's Oldies. Golden Girls remake? Anyway. Club 57. No, you should have named it Club 67. Then it would have survived. That Girl Lele. Who? Warped. What? The Really Loud House. There it is. The live-action Loud House. And a show called Aaron and Aaron. And that's the end of the list here. All right. So, I'll say, some of this stuff could have potentially been good. I'm not going to say whether it was or was not, but, like, you know, I gave you the small amounts of morsels of things that I remember. But I distinctly also remember that I didn't watch a lot of live-action shows from Nickelodeon. I was like, that wasn't... It just wasn't my vibe, man. I was much more interested in, like, the Nicktoons and the game shows. JoJo was in an episode of The Thundermans. What JoJo are we referring to? If this is... Now, I'm just imagining JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
I was going to say, is this a JoJo's reference?
What order? Anyway, JoJo Siwa. Oh, I have no idea who JoJo Siwa was. What else do we got? Actually, while we're at this, this freaking like Nikipedia, let's see what else do we got in here. Yeah, so they've got game shows. I distinctly remember watching a lot of game shows on Nickelodeon. Let's see. Double Dare, classic. Basically just a show where it had a lot of, like, it had trivia, and then also it had, like, physical challenges. Pretty simple. The physical challenges were, like, really messy. Think Fast. Don't remember that one. What Would You Do? I remember the name What Would You Do? But I don't remember the actual show. Nick Arcade. Again, Nick Arcade was freaking cool. It was basically like, again, trivia, and then also they had video games. And then the final challenge is when they bring a kid onto like a green screen set and make them run through a course that is themed after a video game. I really like that series. It was really good. Legends of the Hidden Temple, which I think might be one of their most like like basically one of their most famous kid shows, game shows specifically. And the entire point of like Legends of the Hidden Temple is they start out with a myth or a legend that exists in some folklore. It could be something based on like an old Mayan legend. It could be something based on like, I don't know, Jamie Hoffa or whatever the heck. But the entire point is there is a relic of the past that is sitting in the temple somewhere. They need somebody to go in and collect the relic and bring it back out. But before they can do that, they have to pick a team that they believe is skilled enough that they can do it. And so they bring in a whole bunch of teams of like, you know, basically 12-year-old kids. Because, you know, that's the most reliable person to go and do this job. They get all these like kids together and they do these physical challenges where one by one they are eliminated based on whatever the physical challenge is. And then at the end, they're finally left with one set of teens or kids or whatever, whose job is to run through the temple, which is basically a big old Jungle Gym obstacle course, which I am really sad I never got the opportunity to run through. Yeah, you run through this obstacle course and you collect the item and then you run back to the temple, and if you can manage to get back in time, you win the grand prize. And what's the grand prize? Probably a trip to the Bahamas and maybe an N64. And yes, it's a fun show. I really liked it. Figure It Out, which is sort of like a word game where you're trying to figure out somebody's hidden talent. And they bring on a bunch of like, you know, guest hosts there, like basically a panel of hosts. And a lot of them are like stars that were from like, you know, the show All That, or maybe it's like a set of celebrities. And they have to ask yes or no questions. And then based on those yes or no questions, they have to like just keep on guessing words. And eventually, if they can figure out like enough words, they can, at the end of all of it, they can guess what the panelists' hidden talent is. I like that show. I liked it a lot. Then there's Brain Surge. I have no idea what that is. Again, I love the game shows and then the Nicktoons. And I'm just going to go ahead and rattle them all off because I'm sure you know about them. Rugrats, Ren and Stimpy, Rocko's Modern Life, Hey Arnold, SpongeBob, Fairly Odd Parents, Jimmy Neutron, Danny Phantom, Avatar, Loud House. I never watched Loud House, but you know what I mean. Like, do I even need to say anything? I mean, for God's sakes. And then they got a list of, like, all the Nick Jr. shows that are here. There were some other Nicktoons shows, by the way. Like, no, this is not a complete list, obviously, but those are, like, the most famous ones. Oh, I feel like I've just been ranting and raving for the past, like, 30 minutes. I like Nickelodeon. I grew up on it. I grew up on a lot of cartoons and a lot of sugar.
Nickelodeon's fun.
Yeah. He's good. I agree. Brain Surge was a show that I enjoyed. Okay, so you watched Brain Surge. I guess that means that was a show that probably came out, like, after my time, then. Interesting. Bitter says, we love you, Bit. Your words are comforting, no matter the topic. No matter how much I stumble on my words. I've noticed that while I go back. I go back and I watch my VODs, and I'm just like, you stumbly son of a bitch. Can you speak a sentence without saying, or but, or and. Here's a toss, so it's not as cheesy. Thank you. Anyway, that's just my history of, like, Nickelodeon. And then there's freaking Cartoon Network, which that's an entire other kettle of fish. I watched a lot of that. The one thing that I didn't really watch a heck of a lot of when I was younger was Disney shows, but I dabbled in a few of those. I know that there was, like, I watched Kim Possible. Kim Possible was based. What other shows?
Gravity Falls was good.
I never watched it, unfortunately. And I'm still
They
like,
make it-
I'm still being beaten to death by by freaking Cecil Starlight by like not watching Gravity Falls. And I know.
Hey, Bit,
Yes.
this might be a hot take,
Yes.
but I think you should watch Gravity Falls.
Oh yeah. I agree with you. Again, I have the Blu-ray box set. I bought it. I'm like,
Then
I don't
watch
want.
it.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't want to stream this, or like I don't want to rely on streaming, because what if they just pull it off of the shelves one day and then I'm lost without it? I bought a physical box set so I could watch it at any time.
Should
But
we
I'm
do,
lazy
like,
and I just
in
don't
the
get
Discord,
around whenever.
Should we do like a TV show watch night or something? You can
I
watch it with
should.
friends.
I
That'd be
should.
pretty fun.
Dude, I've been talking about this for a while here. I have been thinking about doing some like Discord watch-alongs. Specifically, like I what was that what's that stages thing that you can do on Discord? I think
Yeah,
that would
stages. Yeah.
that would enable me to be able to do it. Yeah, it's what I was thinking about doing one of these days. Like just make a stage and do some watch-alongs for a couple of different shows and things. And I have a couple of things that I was thinking about doing on there. One of them was Gravity Falls, for sure. Then I got some other things from my childhood that I remember watching, like, heavily, that I thought about bringing up.
Last
Oh.
Airbender.
Oh, funny enough, I remember watching a bunch of The Last Airbender. However, Last Airbender has got a lot of episodes, and I have not watched all of them. I watched a lot of the early seasons. I know about the concepts, just be like, the 4 nations, 4 elements, they get into war because the Fire Nation is an asshole. I mean, it's mostly just fighting the Fire Nation. And then they find Aang frozen inside of a block of ice because all of the all of the airbenders were basically just wiped out. Except for him. And now he has to become the Avatar because he can control all 4 of the elements. Or in theory, he probably can. He's the only one that possibly could. And then shenanigans ensue with, our friends that, come
Saturday
together.
morning adventures.
All right. I know
Yeah,
that,
it's where-
yeah?
Yeah, and one of the things is they get to learn many secrets, many interesting secrets, such as the secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel. I've heard that one. No, there's this other VTuber that I know of. Her name is Pumpkin Potion. And she, if you don't know who Pumpkin Potion is, she is a VTuber that takes place in like the 1930s, and like she is sort of her aesthetic is based on 1930s rubber hose animation, and I think that is like awesome. Like that's
is
very
really awesome.
stylish. I appreciate the effort. And like everything is themed off of that, by the way. From like the backgrounds to any of the side characters she has. And her entire stream, unless it's like gameplay footage, is black and white. He's great. I love it. And also her personality is like, sublime. She's like, very enthusiastic, very chipper, and very funny. And she is also a child of the 90s and probably or the 80s, come to think of it. And she does have a community where they do this thing. It's not like a regular thing, but every once in a while, she will have like this Saturday morning cartoon block in her Discord, where she does not make any announcement about anything that they're going to be watching during that Saturday morning cartoon block. She basically says, be there and come in to watch, and we're going to watch some Saturday morning cartoons. And the whole idea is she's trying to rebuild the experience of you're a young bab, you're going and you're grabbing a bowl of cereal, a bowl of Lucky Charms or something, you're in your PJs, and you're sitting down to watch some Saturday morning cartoons.
That's
super wholesome. I love that.
Yeah.
I'm not a part of her Discord, but that sounds like a really fun thing to try. Oh yeah, Carl says
down.
love her VTuber so much, love her videos. Oh yeah, I'm trying to remember what's my favorite thing that she's ever done. she's done a couple. Oh, also she plays piano. I've sat in a couple of her piano streams where she just like plays video game music on the ivories. It is super nice. It's so chill.
Who is this person?
Pumpkin Potion.
That name to me on Discord. I want to take a look.
Okay, give me a moment. I'm also gonna look it up real quick just to. Is it Pumpkin Potion or Potions? Yeah, it's Pumpkin Potion. Give me a moment. I'm gonna go and send that to you, Kyle.
Thank you.
Actually, you know, I'm just gonna send you the their Twitch. There we go. Cut out the middleman.
Much appreciated.
There you go.
Thank you.
Oh, she also has a bunch of like goofy redeems that are based off of like old 30s cartoon stuff, like anvils and pies. Anyway. Okie dokie. Well, we're starting to get a little bit late into the night here. I think we should finish it up. But real quick, let me check and see if there's anybody currently streaming that I want to do a little bit of a raid to. Oh, well, Kylie is currently streaming at the moment. Hey, that might be a good idea. Kylie is currently playing Lethal Company. I think with some streamer friends. Let me see. Yeah, Kylie's got some streamer friends together, and they're currently playing Lethal Company. Neato Tomato. Well, hey, I think I'll go ahead and raid out to Kylie then. Here we go. Here, let me just like, you know, get that all queued up and ready to go here. There we go. Kylie Henke. If you don't know Kylie, Kylie has been around on the internet for quite a long period of time. She's been in many fandoms. One very famous one is Homestuck. And she actually does the Homestuck read-alongs that we do on Mondays over on Synth's channel. So if you... which, by the way, again, that's happening tomorrow. So if you want to pop on by Synth's channel to check that out, I'd appreciate it. But yeah, we're going to go over to Kylie's channel and yeah, just like chill out for a little bit. If you want to like stick around and watch her and the friends currently playing a little bit of, you know, a little bit of Lethal Company, hey, that'd be cool too. Anyway, I'm going to head over to the end screen here. Thank you guys very much for coming out. I appreciate it very much. My stream schedule, Saturday, Sunday, and Wednesday. All of them starting at around 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time. Some of the other things I have lined up here, we're finishing up Pac-Man World at some point. That's happening on a Wednesday. I'm playing through Silksong, and I'm enjoying myself very much with that. But I'm kind of like, I'm dragging my feet on it. It's taking me forever to finish it. Mostly because I'm not good at the game. But is anybody? I don't know. Anyway, any last minute things you guys want to say?
Nope. Yeah, nothing this time.
Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Have a fantastic night and take care.
Yeah, that's a pretty good way to put it. Okay, starting up the raid right now. We are taking off. Thanks for coming out, everybody. And see you guys later. Appreciate it.
Hey.
Yeah. See you later.